addicts are here.
Well, I guess knowing how you feel, it really does trump the fact that Roger Steen was born on this day. He's the Tubes. Bill Gibson was born on this day. He's not Huey Lewis, so that means he is the News. Andy the Clobberer Rankin was born on this day. He's the Pogues in the Pogues. I love the Pogues. Aldo Nova was born on this day.
Life is just a fantasy.
I had that ready, actually.
Oh, you did?
I was going to do that one.
Oh, just for me?
Just for Gina. But then she said, you ought to do something for Stan, and I went, oh.
Nikolai Fraiture was born on this day. The Strokes. You know who died on this day?
Who?
Leon Russell. On the highway. And Old Dirty Bastard.
ODB.
Died on this day. But, of course, died on, yesterday.
Stan, the man, Lee, 95.
You can't be sad about 95.
What a surprise.
Yeah.
It was a shock.
You can't be
sad.
sad.
We were shocked. We were shocked to find out.
95 is a good run.
So that means I'm making a showing on the Deadpool.
Barely.
I'm making a showing.
Bill's still 0.
Yeah.
I know.
0 points.
Because I'm a nice guy.
That's why?
I don't want anybody
You
to
purposely
die.
picked really healthy young people to be...
No, I don't. I'm not ghoulish.
You're not...
I'm not ghoulish. So.
Well, the point of the Deadpool is not wanting people to die. It's predicting who is going to die.
We would have different lists.
I'm not so sure about that.
Which is why I picked Stan, because...
Clearly, you didn't want him to die.
I didn't want him to die, of course, but just looking at the facts, he's 95, his wife preceded him, and we all know what happens when long-running couples, that it happens.
And when people are selling your blood, your signatures in your blood.
And he's been being taken advantage of lately, it seems. So.
Yeah. Well, he finally got it figured out, but
so you might as well use him for points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Use him for points.
Yes, all the fabulous prizes that I get.
I know.
With this contest.
Don't we take you out for a milkshake or something?
Not even.
No. It's.
And you had him on Geek Show, didn't you?
It was in typical Stanley fashion a cameo appearance.
He was passing by. And
he was passing by and went, "Oh, an open microphone. I think I'll step in."
I think you should post that.
Well, the Geek Show Twitter feed tweeted out the link to our archive where that episode is.
Oh,
and you can fast forward to the last 10 minutes. I think is where and he stops by and he says hi, because there's an open microphone.
Does he have kids?
Yes, he has a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So she gets all the money?
CJ or CL, or so she has initials.
She's troubled as well.
She won't get all the money.
Well, I think maybe they may have taken care of that. She was one of the people that was taking advantage. Yeah.
Excelsior.
Well, okay, that's a question I have for you. What is Excelsior?
Well,
I know that's his catchphrase, but why?
It's a Latin that means the highest of the high.
Yeah, it's just he was, if anything, he was also a salesman, and he knew that catchphrases and things like that. So that's why it was he referred to fans as true believers. He had a fan club called FOOM, Friends of Old Marvel. He coined the frame Marvel Zombies for people who that's all they read, his Marvel comics. He was a salesman, and that just became his
Excelsior.
His thing.
Make mine Marvel.
Make mine Marvel, exactly.
He was a marketer.
Yeah,
more than anything.
Yeah, he was that guy.
Well, was he not one of a kind?
An original.
Mm-hmm.
And he will be missed.
He will be missed.
But there was the public stand that everybody knew. This guy.
Excelsior.
And then there was the Stanley Lieber. It was just a guy. He wrote a children's book some time ago, long time ago, and it didn't get any traction, and copies of it are hard to find. And there's a story Matt Fraction told where a kid had this book, and he went up to Stan at an autograph situation. And instead of being the Stan Lee that everybody knows,
Excelsior!
he got down low and he just said, "Oh, I enjoyed writing this so much." And he was just very, very cool. And the kid said, "I'd like you to have it." And he's like, No, I can't take it.
Excelsior!
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has one daughter. That's it.
Yep.
I just always want to know where the money goes.
Let's see.
What's your first thought when somebody passes away? Where's the money go?
He had some kind of deal.
It's not my first thought.
He was the publisher emeritus for Marvel Comics, which meant he got like $1 million a year, just flat out.
Yeah.
And they paid him for usage of his face and his likeness and him, just being there. But he also got a percentage of everything that Marvel did, a slight percentage of everything
if he created it,
that Marvel did. And so he was doing okay, but somehow he was still getting ripped off left and right by everybody, including his daughter.
It's elder abuse.
It is elder abuse.
Trying to see if I'm looking at the New York Times, what they say about where money goes. There's a little bit here. His, he did not make out great.
No.
I mean, it's not
How
that he
is
was
that
destitute.
possible?
Well, because he was not.
He was not careful with
He was
his
not
money.
smart.
No.
He was not smart.
He trusted people that he shouldn't have trusted with his money.
Yeah.
I don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we ought to officially begin the program. We should do check-ins, I suppose. You could call us at 877-602-9696 and check in with the Radio from Hell show. It lets us know that you're out there and you're ready to go. It's only Tuesday,
Is that it?
So we got, counting this show, we got 4 more to do this week. Oh. I know.
You know how many hours of entertainment that is?
That's 4 times 4 is 16. 16 hours of entertainment. Which means it's 16 hours of, we're supposed to fill that with entertainment. That means you're going to get about 30 minutes of entertainment and that 16 hours. So 877-602-9696. You should call us and check in and tell us in 3 words or less, what's something that you know is true, that you believe is true, and you think everybody else should know or believe is true. You know it's true, you believe it's true, and you think everybody else should believe it's true.
Girl, you know it's true.
It's 3 words or less. 877-602-9696, and a random caller, checker-inner, will get tickets to see Neil Gaiman. He's going to come to town and talk at you. Yeah. At the Eccles Theater.
Very entertaining speaker, I hear. All right.
So do that.
We will take a break. We'll start the show after these. Zero Res.
The November food drive. Now, look, Zero Res is gathering food for the food bank, as are we. We'll tell you about that coming up. But when you call Zero Res to come to your home and clean your carpets in that no residue way they do, that's why they call them Zero Res, get some food, cans of food ready for the food bank. And when you give it to your technician who cleans your carpets, you get a great deal. So schedule your cleaning for before the end of November. Have a food donation ready for the food bank, and Zero Res will give you a room of carpet cleaned for free.
And they don't just do carpet; they do tile. They'll seal your countertops. They'll do upholstery.
3 rooms for $99 and a 4th room for free with your donation to the food bank. Restrictions may apply. Call for details. It's 801-2880 to schedule your cleaning today. Zero Res, giving back to the community. So get your food ready. You can go online as well. It's 801-2880 or zeroresaltlake.com.
Sturdy. Spell it with me now. S-T-U-R-D-Y. And now we'll use it in a little bit of dialogue starring as our Utah friends LeVar and LeGrand. The scene takes place in LeGrand's family room as this conversation ensues. Again, the word is sturdy.
A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonder. Well, that does it. Took a lot of work to get the old family room ready for Christmas, but there's still one very important thing I got to do, LeVar, to make sure Christmas goes off without a hitch.
Well, what could you have possibly left out, LeGrand? I mean, the whole room looks like it jumped out of Good Housekeeping's Christmas issue.
Thanks.
I mean, the tree is up and beautifully decorated.
Aw.
There's mistletoe and holly wreaths in all the right places.
Don't stand under that mistletoe.
All right. And the stockings are hung by the chimbley with care.
Yeah.
What possibly could you have left out?
Well, just come on over here by the fireplace, LeVar. Come and take a good look inside the fireplace and tell me what you see.
Looks like an ordinary chimbley to me.
Look at all that soot. If I don't do something about all that soot, Sandy will pass us by this year.
I don't follow what you're saying.
Well, sturdy. The fireplace sturdy. That soot's nearly a half-inch thick.
Well, that's what happens with all the smoke. The chimbley gets sturdy.
Well, you know how particular and health-smart Sandy is.
Yeah.
Sandy won't come down any chimbley sturdy.
Me too. I feel the same way that Santa does.
Huh?
I mean, me neither. I won't come down a chimbley sturdy neither. That's funny.
You playing Sandy somewhere here in town, LeVar? I can't imagine you as a Santa Claus.
Oh, I'm a great Santa, LeGrand. I got a big bag of goodies, if you know what I mean. A
No.
big bag to stuff down the chimbley. But only if it's clean.
I better call someone to come over and clean this year chimbley, or Sandy won't come.
Stop it! You're killing me.
What?
Who are you gonna call? You gonna
well-
call one of them doctors that specializes in chimbleys? Maybe he could prescribe a shot of penicillin to clean it out.
No, I'm just gonna call a chimbley sweep. He'll bring a big long brush and then climb up on top and shove it down the flue.
Well, that sounds painful.
You know, LeVar, sometimes you really puzzle me.
Shove it down the flue.
Be a part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 621. Lines are full, I guess. We do the show.
People are checking in.
Yeah.
And they're clamoring for those Neil Gaiman tickets.
Apparently.
He's a great author, and he's coming to the Eccles this week, I think, to talk at you.
Saturday.
I see somebody there who I think would like those tickets.
You do?
I do.
Oh, he's a very entertaining speaker. All right, let's officially begin the program, shall we?
Brought to you by Del Taco's new epic triple meat burrito. It has triple the meat for triple the flavor with hand-grilled carne asada, chicken, and crispy bacon. Now, that's an epic burrito. Participation may vary.
You know, you should go out to Del Taco and then go see Neil Gaiman at the Eccles. All right, the moon is 31.2% of full. The moon will rise today at 12:26 p.m., today being Tuesday. It's the 13th day of November in the year of our Lord 2018, and this is North America's most sclerotic radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi. That's us. The executive producer of the Radio from Hell show is Richard Stedman. Dylan Allred, no relation to me, is producing video for the show that you can see at x96.com/live, and someone is here helping out.
Autumn.
I had not seen our helper today, so it's Autumn.
All right.
And now
Check-ins brought to you by Live at the Eccles, Fan X presenting Neil Gaiman, the #1 New York Times best-selling author of more than 20 books, Coraline, American Gods, and the Sandman series, Saturday, November 17th at the Eccles Theater. Tickets and information live at theeccles.com. And Carrie was just going to say,
if you add the code X96 to your purchase, you will save 15% on some tickets.
Nice.
All right.
All right. Let's go to Mike from Santa Quinn.
So this was the, I don't know if this is kind of a hard one. In 3 words or less, something that you believe to be true, that you know is true, and you think everyone else should know or believe is true. Can you do that, Mike from Santa Quinn?
Yeah, I can.
Go
Are
ahead.
you ready?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's true that you don't know.
And everyone needs to know that you don't know.
You just don't know, and you should say everyone else should know that.
And everyone else should know that they don't know.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
We don't know.
We just don't
you
know.
You think, you hope.
You think you know, but you
exactly.
But you don't really know.
You don't really know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
We can't hold ourselves accountable to much.
No,
that's good.
I like it.
I like it, Mike. Thank you. That's deep. That's particularly deep for someone from Santa Quinn.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for checking in.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Let's go to Chase. Hello, Chase.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Have you given this some thought, Chase?
I've given it some thought and I've thought of a few things, but I believe this one is true.
All right.
Okay.
Can't trust anyone.
Can't trust anyone.
No.
You believe that to be true, and you think everyone else should believe that to be true, that you cannot trust anyone.
I can't trust a random person I walk to the store and just see.
Yeah. You can't.
You can trust yourself. That's the only person you can trust, right?
There's no one you can trust.
Not completely. I make terrible choices all the time.
Oh, okay.
So, is there anyone that you can trust, Gina? You trust?
Sure.
Is there someone you trust implicitly?
Yeah, Joe.
All right. How about
Implicit trust.
How about you, Carrie?
Well, Sue, of course.
You trust your wife implicitly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I trust. Yeah. Yeah. She's not up and listening at this time, but it'd get back to her if I said no.
Yep.
So, yeah, I trust my wife implicitly.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Thanks, Chase. Thank you for checking in.
Thank you.
There are a couple of lines open, 877-602-9696. Now, Demetra is online, too, and I'm guessing this is the person you think would probably like to.
Demetra has been a long-time listener of the show,
Yes,
and I know she's very well-read and knows who Neil Gaiman is.
Yes. Hi, Demetra.
Hi.
You would like to go see Neil Gaiman at the Eccles, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Well, we'll make that happen.
Hold on, and we'll make sure you get that after we're done. But what's?
Oh, I'm psyched.
Okay.
But what's your answer to Bill's question?
I am home.
something that she knows to be true.
Okay, all right.
And everyone else needs to know
That she's home.
that Demetra is
I got
home.
that. You believe that to be true, and everyone else should believe that you are in fact
Yes.
home.
Home.
Okay,
I am home.
That works just fine, Demetra.
Or should I say I am single?
And single.
I know
really?
that's true.
Oh, Demetra.
She knows that to be true, and everyone else should believe that to be true. So when you see Demetra, know that she's home and she's single. Hang on, Demetra.
All right, we'll see you. Bye-bye.
Okay, well.
Okay, let's go to Adam.
Adam, hello.
Thanks for letting me listen, and Geek Show says hey.
Hey, Adam.
All right, Adam. Let's have it.
What do we got?
Country music sucks.
Ooh.
Something you believe to be true.
You want everyone else to believe it's
Well, you know...
We have a community radio at work, and for some reason they've decided country music is the happy medium.
I see. In that case, I understand that you wish everyone else believed that to be true.
Country music is never the happy medium.
No, it shouldn't be.
No.
It's
polarizing.
It is.
If you want to know what the happy medium music is, just go to a grocery store. Anything that they have on in the grocery store is your safe bet. You know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, Adam. We got to go.
Thanks, Adam.
Bye-bye.
It's Toto Africa.
Yeah. Jared. Hi, Jared.
Hi.
All right, Jared.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. Jared, what do you know to be true? What do you believe to be true and you wish everyone else did?
So, I kind of hope that this is something that everybody can really understand. It's a little bit deep.
Okay.
There's a little bit of science behind it, but I believe, and I've experienced this to be true myself, is that every single one of us on a certain level is connected.
Okay.
Every single person, every single human is connected through electronic frequencies.
We are all connected. Well, we're all made.
We're all in this together.
We're all made of stardust. I mean, essentially.
Yeah.
That's it's. I was listening to May. What's his first? Brian May, the guitarist for Queen. Essentially, that's what he said, and it's true.
Yeah.
We're all made of the same stuff.
Sure.
Of the universe.
All right, Jared.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jared.
Yep, thank you guys. Have a good one.
You
Thanks.
too. We'll
Bye.
see you. All right, traffic, Gina. Do you have a little bit?
Well, I don't, but maybe you do. And if you do, you can give it to me. You do that via text 33986. The Downtown Farmers Market presents the Winter Market Saturdays from 10 to 2. The Rio Grande Depot. Shop fresh local goods from local purveyors. More details at slcfarmersmarket.org.
All right, we got big boy news coming up, and we'll begin the X poll in the next break as well, which is, do you know someone, or maybe you are the person, someone who died and came back?
You know, there are a lot of people out there who claim that. So we'd like to hear your stories. 877-602-9696. That'll be coming up.
I want to go in my sleep, in my Brooklinen sheets. That's all I want to do anymore is sleep, you know?
Well,
I enjoy
you're too comfortable in bed.
I think that's the case. Brooklinen Sheets named the winner of the Best Online Bedding category by Good Housekeeping. They're getting rave reviews from Men's Health Magazine, Apartment Therapy, Business Insider. They've got 30,000 five-star reviews. That's more than any other online bedding company. And they're just, I go on their website and see how they're made. That's really the thing. It's not about thread count so much. It's about how they're
woven.
Go to the website. I can't explain it very well, but it's spelled out beautifully there. My Brooklinen sheets are the best, most comfortable sheets I've ever slept on, and now it's time for yours a chance to. They're giving you an exclusive offer just for our listeners. You can get $20 off and free shipping when you use the promo code Jackson at brooklinen.com. They are so confident in their product that all their sheets and comforters and towels come with a lifetime warranty. But the only way to get $20 off and free shipping is to use the promo code Jackson. That's Jackson, my last name, at brooklinen.com, BROOKLINEMN.com. Promo code Jackson. These really are the best sheets ever.
John Smith hosts a 1-hour nonstop music wingding at 10 a.m. Radio from Hell with Gary Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi on X96.
All right, 636, Big Boy News and Opinioendo now, brought to you by
Jiffy Lube's team of technicians, highly trained in oil changes, tire rotations, brakes, radiator services, and more. Visit jiffylubutah.com for discount services and nearest locations.
Well, I thought this was interesting. On Saturday Night Live, remember Pete Davidson? He made the comment about the guy with the eye patch, the congressman with the eye patch, or he was running for Congress, and he was elected. And Pete Davidson isn't really a gifted comedian or anything like that. But he does have.
He's a goof.
Yeah, and he does have a gift for goofing up and creating scenes and so forth. So during the recent Saturday Night Live Weekend Update, he made the decision to mock the injury of a U.S. military veteran, and then he apologized. And so that veteran, newly elected Texas Congressman Lieutenant Dan Crenshaw, paid a visit to the Saturday Night Live set. He was there to hear an apology from Davidson and then get a few shots in of his own, and he did, and they were funny, and Davidson was funny as well, and it was actually a very nice moment on Saturday Night Live. I watched it.
That was a good...
Crenshaw ended his appearance with a seemingly heartfelt call for unity, a great TV moment, and I didn't know this, but Pete Davidson's father died at the 9/11 site. He was a fireman, and he died there during 9/11. And Mr. Crenshaw said, I salute you and your father, and Pete Davidson said, and I salute you and your service to the country, and it was really a nice moment. A wonderful. I thought it was just a great moment, and he said we disagree politically, and that's fine, but your father was a hero, and you, sir, were a hero, and I thought that was terrific.
Yeah.
And I thought Saturday Night Live handled that very well, and it was, it was written for them, but it was done well, and so kudos to everyone in that instance. Stan Lee, we talked about Stan earlier, but if you are just now joining the program and hadn't heard, Stan Lee died. He was 95 years old. He revolutionized the comic book world. This is an obituary in the New York Times. He revolutionized the comic book world in the 1960s, left a huge stamp, maybe bigger than anybody in the comic world.
I'd have to say.
Think of Spider-Man, the blockbuster movie franchise, the Broadway spectacle. Think of Iron Man, another huge goldmine series.
The X-Men.
Think of Black Panther.
Black Panther, certainly.
To say nothing of the Hulk, the X-Men, Thor, and just huge juggernaut of entertainment. All that entertainment product can be traced to that one person, Stan Lee, who died in Los Angeles at the age of 95. From a cluttered office on Madison Avenue in Manhattan in the 1960s, he helped conjure up a lineup of pulp fiction heroes that has come to define much of the popular culture today. He was a central player in the creation of those characters and more, all properties of Marvel Comics. Indeed, he was for many the embodiment of Marvel, if not comic books in general, overseeing the company's emergence as the international media behemoth that it is today. He was a writer, an editor, a publisher, a Hollywood executive, a tireless promoter of Marvel and of himself. He played a critical role in what comics fans call the medium's Silver Age. Many believe that Marvel, under his leadership and infused with his colorful voice, crystallized the era, one of exploding sales, increasingly complex characters and stories, and growing cultural legitimacy for the medium. In a lot of ways, I guess you could say, Carrie, Marvel kind of he gave it the impetus, and it kind of outgrew him in a way. It sort of grew up around him.
He set it in motion. He kind of set it and then let it go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he didn't really let it go, but you're right. It became this machine.
He humanized comic book heroes.
That was him. Yes.
Yeah. Superman was kind of this stiff sort of, just this
not
stiff,
relatable.
Not very relatable, really. Stan Lee made comic book heroes human.
Yeah, he talked about that a lot. He said he just he couldn't identify with some comic book characters because they weren't human.
He said they're all cardboard figures.
Yeah,
we need to make them human. And
he was right.
Revolutionize things. And he it's not that he didn't die with plenty of money, but he didn't capitalize on it in a way that he could have. And I think in a way that wasn't that wasn't what he wanted out of it. He enjoyed the process. He enjoyed the whole being. He enjoyed being the ringleader. It wasn't the money he was after. He enjoyed being the center of attention, I think, and enjoyed being the center of it all. Fires in California, the death toll now 44 people. Emergency workers picking through fire-ravaged communities in Northern California. They recovered 13 more bodies, turning the largest wildfire in the state's history into its deadliest. 44 people have died since 3 wildfires broke out last week. Countless other residents narrowly escaped with their lives. There are still over 100 people unaccounted for, missing. It's just, and it's still burning.
There will be a lot more
control.
people found.
Now, some of those missing people, of course, are unaccounted for. Just there's not a lot of communication. Cell phones are down. They are just not accounted for. The Hill Fire has destroyed 4,500 acres in Ventura County. That's been fairly well contained, about 85%, but there's still a lot of fires just burning completely out of control. A lot of people are wondering how they can help California with these fires. If you are an Airbnb host within range of the fires, the company is encouraging Airbnb hosts with homes nearby to allow evacuees and relief workers to stay for free until November 29th. So far, about 900 hosts have offered that. You can join or look for a place to stay if you're an Airbnb, and go on Airbnb if you're, if you know people in the area, suggest to them that they look on Airbnb, and there might be homes there. The largest fire, called the Camp Fire, has evacuation centers at the Enloe Medical Center. There's an organization called Direct Relief that works consistently around aid for wildfires. They keep an inventory of necessary gear that's needed. So look for Direct Relief online. Also, the California Community Foundation's Wildlife Relief Fund.
These pictures that Dylan has at x96.com/live are it's just astounding.
The Salvation Army is sending a lot of aid to the area, so contact the Salvation Army if you want to help. The United Way of Greater Los Angeles, the Humane Society of Ventura County, GoFundMe is also doing a lot of work, and Entertainment Industry Foundation, a nonprofit specifically raising money to help firefighters and other emergency workers working to put out the wildfires. Charlie Sheen.
This is kind of funny.
Charlie Sheen says that he's frantic to find his parents, Martin Sheen and his wife.
Mrs. Sheen.
Now we're just fine, Martin Sheen says, but Charlie can't find them. Martin says,
we're
okay. We're okay. The fire has been around. And Charlie, I can't find my parents anywhere.
Is Charlie not allowed to have their phone number?
Listen, I've been trying to locate them, and I can't find them. I can't find Emilio. I can't find Renee. No. Well, we're all fine, Charlie, says Martin. Everybody's fine. Where are they? I can't find them. Charlie Sheen.
Try it once, you will die. Your face will melt off, and your children will weep over your exploded body.
Charlie's missing brain cells. So
President Trump on Monday called on Florida election officials to buck the state's recount procedures and declare candidates he endorsed in the state Senate and gubernatorial races as the winners. To hell with the law, declare the candidates that I endorsed winners.
I'm president and you're not.
Recounts for 3 statewide races in Florida, Senate, Governor, and Agriculture Commissioner, began on Saturday. As per law, after midterm election tallies were too close to call. But Trump tweeted that victory should be declared for the 2 candidates that he supported, Florida Governor Rick Scott and in the Senate race former Representative Ron DeSantis.
Every vote counts. Maybe not everyone.
The Florida election should be called in favor of Rick Scott and Ron DeSantis in that large numbers of new ballots showed up out of nowhere, and many ballots are missing or forged. An honest vote count is no longer possible. Ballots massively infected must go with election night. Scott ran in the Senate race against incumbent Bill Nelson. DeSantis faced off against Mayor Gillum. And these votes are military ballots that have.
And all of these accusations about voter fraud and you know, all of this, it's all, there's no evidence of any of it. None of it. They're just stirring people up with lies.
I'm president and you're not.
Yeah, Donald Trump Jr. tweeted something from some story from 2012 or something.
Former Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel said Monday that President Trump's decision not to attend a ceremony at an American burial ground in France because of rain let our country down. He should have gone through with it. It is not that big a challenge or problem. It was an embarrassment, said Hagel, who served in the Obama administration. He let down, I think, our veterans. He let down our country, and I think he sent a wrong message to the world. Trump was in Paris to commemorate the centennial of the end of World War I. He faced criticism for not attending the Saturday trip to the cemetery because it was raining. Well, you know, people don't realize what that kind of rain would do to his hair.
Well, it is cotton candy.
Yeah. And Carrie, there are monkeys. There are herpes-infected monkeys running wild in Florida.
You can't just throw that at him at the last minute.
Herpes-infected monkeys running wild through Florida in Silver Spring State Park, one of Florida's largest tourist attractions. The park was once known for its scenic vistas and native wildlife, but in the last 80 years, the park's biggest draw has been its monkeys. Monkeys? Well, they've been breeding rapidly, and most of them are now infected with herpes, and so just stay away.
Now you've been experiencing my new weapon.
They're rhesus macaques.
I've weaponized these monkeys.
And they're
with herpes.
With herpes. It's terrible.
It's a secret plan. Sports weather traffic.
Be fall ready with LASIK from Hoops Vision. Call 877-30-LASIK or go to hoopsvision.com. The Jazz beat the Grizzlies last night 96-88 in Memphis. They play again tomorrow at 6:30. I think they play Dallas. Yeah, they're in Dallas tomorrow. Weather, it's chilly again this morning. It's almost exactly like yesterday, 25 right now, so it'll be pretty cold when you leave the house, and we'll warm up to about 46 if you call that warm. And traffic is looking good this morning. UDOT is not reporting any accidents. I see green cameras all the way up and down the Wasatch Front. If you see something, please let us know, and then I'll let everybody else know. It's like playing telephone, but I'll get it right if you give me the right information. 33986. Get a head start on your holiday shopping with store-wide deals at your local IFA. IFA Country Store is helping to grow the things you love.
Is the X-Bowl sponsored?
Yes, it's the news you trust from the most experienced team in Utah 2 News. Check out the new KUTV.com.
All right. I hope there are some people out there who can participate in this.
877-602-9696.
So the question is, have you or someone you know died and then come back?
Now, the reason we're doing this, Carrie, just briefly retell your story.
My dog, we think that he or she choked herself out because she fell down on the ground and twitched. I picked her up. I put my hand on her chest. She was not breathing. Her heart was not beating. And just as I was about to try to fake puppy CPR, she breathed in and was back. So she was dead for.
And I made the comment and said that maybe she almost crossed over to the other side.
Don't go into the light, Ripley.
I wonder if she saw some of her ancestors. But people do. They have these experiences where they are legally dead or dead for a few moments, and they come back and they say they've seen things and people and talked to people on the other side. So maybe it's happened to you, or maybe it's happened to someone you know or a family member. So 877-602-9696. Do you know anyone, or has it happened to you, who's crossed over to the other side?
All right, let's start with Brittany. Hello, Brittany.
Apparently. Hi, Brittany.
Good morning. Thanks for letting me listen.
Thank you.
Yes. So, Brittany, what's your story?
I died from an asthma attack.
Yeah. How long ago was this?
In March.
So pretty recently. How old are you?
I just turned 32 this summer.
Okay.
So tell us what happened.
I couldn't breathe. My inhalers, my nebulizers, nothing was working, and I told my husband that I needed to go to the emergency room, and he said, we're not paying for another ambulance bill, let's go. And I said, okay, and then I collapsed, and I woke up to him on the phone with 911, screaming, she's blue, and I was out again, and I woke up in the ER, and anyways, I was dead intubated several times, and they drilled into my shin to get my last working vein.
Wow.
And then I was in the ICU for 4 days. The first night I was under heat ramps because my body temperature had dropped so low. I was out for, I believe, 23 minutes.
So what happened to you in that time when you think you were dead or you were almost dead?
Well, my pulmonary specialist said I was dead, very much indeed dead.
Okay.
And there was nothing. It was just like taking a nap with no dreams. Just black.
So you had no experience of being anywhere else. You were just nothing.
Out.
Just nothing on you.
Yeah, just nothing. I'm atheist. I feel maybe that's why I feel maybe other people of other religions have stories made up to comfort them because it is terrifying. And, it's, even though I'm atheist, whatever you got to do to cope.
Yeah.
Okay. You should do that.
All right, Brittany.
Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Go to Taylor. Hello, Taylor.
Hi, Taylor.
Hello. Hi.
So what happened, or what do you know?
So my mom told me that when she was young, they were riding in the back of their dad's truck with the camper on it, and the exhaust got in. And my aunt passed out, and she said that her father said that her heart had stopped. She wasn't breathing. And she told me that while she was out, her father brought her back with CPR, but while she was out, she said she saw, it was very strange, like a house with bright lights on it and lots of animals running around, almost like white fire, and a woman waving at her, and then she was brought back.
So that's all, just some woman waving.
Well, I hope in heaven there's lots of animals.
She didn't recognize the woman. She didn't, know who she was. She just looked like, I guess, an angel, she said. She was just like white dress, bright, waving, and then her father had brought her back.
But this was a house that she was not familiar with.
Right, that's correct.
Wow.
Am I going to have to wear white in heaven? Because I prefer black.
No, you got to wear
white. But in my heaven, I would like to wear black.
That's
what I'm comfortable in.
You're not going to heaven. That's clear.
Yeah, what's Catholic heaven like?
It's clear you're not going to heaven. Have you ever read Dante? The Rings of Hell? That's where you're going.
All right, thanks, Taylor.
Thank you, Taylor.
All right, we'll see you.
877-602-9696. Have you had some experience, or someone who's had an experience where they've crossed over
and came back?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Okay.
Friends of the program say car broken down in the right lane northbound Bangor just before 35th South. Thank you for that. Free queen-size mattress, 30th South, I-15 southbound. That's a good-size mattress.
Stains? So, any stains?
It doesn't say that. You'll have to investigate that on your own. If you see something, text it to us, 33986.
All right, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I just put it away. Oh, there it is, XL Automotive Repair.
Oh, yeah.
The good guys, Steve and Richard and Quip.
They're mechanics.
Yeah.
They're the last of the honest mechanics.
They are terrific, too.
And when you find a good, honest mechanic, you hang on to them.
Yeah, they're the best. I take cars there, or take our cars there, get them fixed, get them serviced when it's time to do the regular service on them. XL Automotive Repair, corner of 33rd South and 3rd East. They will not do work that doesn't need to be done.
Yeah, we've all had experiences going there thinking we had some big repair that needed to happen. Then they'd be like, "No, your brakes are just dirty. We'll clean them off, and you're fine." But if you do need something done, know that they are honest and they'll take care of it.
And you'll always meet. Well, we always meet friends of the program in the waiting room when we're there. They do a lot of work for people who listen to this show because they take our advice and they go there. XL Automotive Repair, dealership quality service and repair at local independent shop rates. take our word for it, they are the best. So no matter what kind of car trouble you're having, Excel Automotive Repair will fix it right and get you back on the road and save you money. Their website is EXCEL, automotiverepair.com, 33rd South, 3rd East.
We're giving away an iPad every weekday in the Mac Warehouse Apple Harvest. And you get an iPad.
Spear. Spell it with me now. S-P-E-A-R. And now we'll use it in some dialogue. Today, our Utah friends, LeVar and LeGrand, have decided to get out of the heat by taking in a movie in the cool, air-conditioned comfort of a local movie theater. Again, the word is spear.
We got a few minutes before the movie starts, LeVar. I think I'm going to get me some snacks at the snack bar.
What the heck movie have you drugged me to anyhow, LeGrand? There's a bunch of kids here in this theater.
You know, it's The Lion King.
The Lion King? Well, who plays the king and what the hell's he got to lie about? All these kids should not be seeing a movie about liars.
Oh, no, The Lion King. Like the animal.
Huh?
You know, L-I-E-O-N, lion. Big cats, lion.
Oh.
It's a cartoon that Walt Disney drew.
You drugged me to a flippin' cartoon movie? I knew there's too many kiddies in here. Got down, sat on a bench, LeGrand. I may be having to vomit partway through.
The Lion King is supposed to be real good, even for the grown-ups, LeVar. And they say the music is real fine. It was wrote by that Elton John.
Who? Well, who the hell is the Elton John?
Well, he's a singer and a writer who's got lots of hit music. He's one of them men what likes other men, but he's still a very good musician.
Cheese and rice, LeGrand. You mean there's men that's attracted to other men?
Yeah.
That's square.
Well, I didn't know about it myself until I read it in the newspaper and in Newsweek.
Oh.
Anyhow, I'm going to the snack bar. I can't get through a movie without some popcorn and a drink and some nachos and some Junior Mints and a box of Goobers and some malted milk balls and a pack of red vines. You want anything?
Nope. I got my refreshment right here, LeGrand. I sneaked in this can of Vienna sausages and one of them Army surplus MREs and this.
What's that, canteen of water?
Nope. Ain't water. Nope. Spear.
Spear?
Yep, spear.
Spear? God almighty, LeVar! You better hope the usher don't catch you.
Oh, yeah, like Mr. 16-year-old pimple monster's gonna be a real threat. And I'm telling you, LeGrand, if I don't catch me a beer buzz, I'll never make it through this cartoon. Hey, is Mickey Mouse in this?
Sports, weather, and traffic on X96, Radio from Hell.
Well, nobody seems interested in continuing the X poll.
No, it's pretty specific. 877-602-9696. The question was, do you know anyone, or has it happened to you, that has died or been unconscious and then come back and reported that they've seen something on the other side?
Or haven't.
We had Brittany, I think it was Brittany, who said her doctor said she was dead for at least 23 minutes, and she said, I didn't see anything. There was nothing. And she found that kind of disturbing. She said, there was nothing.
She said something that I thought was interesting, is maybe it's tied to your belief system. Maybe if you don't believe in anything, you don't see anything. And if you do believe in something, then you do see something.
Well, I think it was interesting that she said it was disturbing. I'm an atheist, and it was disturbing that there was nothing there. Well, then why don't you get religion? You ought to get some religion there if you find that disturbing. I don't know. I think it might be kind of peaceful. There's nothing. You just food for worms.
But that's what you believe, though. What if it happened to you that you went through that experience and you did see something? Do you think you'd come back and be?
Well, I might alter my thinking.
You think you might?
I might, yeah.
I wonder if that's happened. I'm sure that has happened.
Oh, I'm sure people have who have been either.
I'm sure Siegel books full of memoirs.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think people who have been either not very religious or atheist and have had near death experiences and seen something on the other side have come back and gotten religion real fast. Yeah, I'm sure.
I have a second chance to get this right before I die for real.
I'm sure Kevin Sorbo has made several movies about it.
Hercules?
Yes.
Yeah. No, that wouldn't surprise me at all, and I wouldn't blame them.
Sure.
I mean, I would.
They had that experience,
sure.
and
I don't begrudge anyone their religion.
No, me neither.
If it's what
personal.
If it's what gets them through the night, that's fine.
Yeah, just don't put it on my doorstep. Yeah. Emily is here. Hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily. What's your story?
Well, this is actually about my husband. He's probably listening at work right now, by the way. So,
okay.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Brian, hi.
Hi. So he has actually had two near-death experiences.
Okay.
And was clinically dead for both of those. And when he came back, I asked him the same thing. I was like, did you see anything? Do you have anything to let us know? And he said, I didn't see a dang thing.
Didn't see anything.
Both times.
Both times, nothing. He just nothing whatsoever. And
now, can I ask you what his belief system is? Does he believe there's something after?
We were both raised LDS, and I honestly have to say I have no clue what his belief system is, but because he just he doesn't practice any religion, but he's just a good guy. Like, ultimately, I think that's kind of his belief system is just be a good guy.
Be good, yeah.
And there's not a heck of a lot after that. I think that's what he believes.
Okay.
We'll find out.
Does
it disturb him or you that he didn't see anything, or it's just like it is what it is?
It doesn't disturb me. I think it almost. I don't know. Our belief system is, varies a little bit, I think, here, but he's fine.
How did he die twice?
I'm just going to ask you, does it disturb you that he's so unlucky that he almost died twice?
Well, and actually there's more beyond that, but he's just, I feel like he's lucky. We joke that he's on like his 8.5 life. And so, but no, I think honestly it helps. It doesn't bother me, and it doesn't make me want to run to religion either. I just feel like it's fine, and it's
Thanks,
kind
Emily.
of interesting going through that. Thank
you,
you,
Emily.
All right, thanks.
Let's go to Mo on line 3. Hello, Mo.
Mo, hey.
Good. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Thanks for letting me listen.
Thank you.
So I've had 2 experiences. One was a medically induced coma for a week, and there was absolutely no recollection of any kind of experiences or
Mm-hmm.
white light at the end of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
But another time, I was living at Snowbird, and I OD'd, and my roommate came into the room after I'd OD'd and gave me CPR for 5 minutes. And during that experience, I had a real life-changing revelation and kind of turned my whole life around at that point. But I can't honestly say, after researching it, if it wasn't just the release of whatever chemicals in your brain happen at birth, and they say it happens at death, the dimethyltryptophan that is released that gives you this,
So what did you see?
vision or whatever it was.
Did you see something, or did you just have a feeling?
Oh, I saw a lot.
Like?
I saw the universe. I saw my whole life from beginning to end, and what could be if I chose to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And the most interesting thing is at the end, I felt that this entity, or whatever you want to call it, that was guiding me through this experience and showing me these things, gave me a choice. And I said, I want to come back. And then the entity said, well, then I have a question for you. And the question was, will you honor me? And as I emphasized yes, I saw above where I was being given CPR, and my roommate at the time had decided that he couldn't keep it up any longer and had given up on giving me CPR. And as he stopped and I said yes, and I saw this, all of a sudden I was back in my body, and I jolted up and sat up, and he's crying, like, oh my God, I was gonna let you go. And
yeah,
wow.
And I said, yeah, I know. I
So-
saw the whole thing, and it was really weird.
So are you now a reformed person? You're straight and narrow, and a religious person?
Well, I would say I'm a spiritual person. I don't really subscribe to an organized view of religion. I think it's a personal thing.
And you've cleaned up your act. You've cleaned up your act.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm
good.
I'm clean and sober, and find more enjoyment in that experience than I ever did in any drug.
Good.
Cool. That's great.
All right.
All right. Thanks for calling us.
Thank you very much. Okay. Well, we got quite a few people now responding.
And we're out of time.
Let's see. Quite a few text messages. I overdosed about 5 years ago. Same thing as Brittany. It was completely black nothingness. And I do believe in God. Let's see. I ate a handful of mushrooms and died. It was gnarly.
Yeah, you probably didn't.
And Ed Brass said that he saw Emoji Coca.
Really?
Really?
So,
Clark! Yeah, so far the only traffic being reported is the mattress, the free mattress. Things are moving smoothly this morning, so that's good news. If you see something, you can text it to us, 33986.
All right. Got Boners Round 1 coming up here in a moment.
Yes, we do. Here are your candidates. Boner candidate number 1, just the tip. Boner candidate number 2, but I use Facebook for everything. And boner candidate number 3, maybe this one time a teacher should give a student a good beat down.
All right, round 1 of your boners, big boy news and opiniondo coming up. Stand by for that. First, got to tell you about Quip. Used it this morning.
You quipped your teeth?
I quipped this morning. It's the Better Electric Toothbrush, created by dentists and designers. It's got a built-in 2-minute timer, so it pulses every 30 seconds. It's an electric toothbrush, just so you know. Pulses every 30 seconds to remind you when to switch sides. That way you get a full and even clean. 90% of us don't brush for the full 2 minutes, or we don't do it evenly. Either way, this device will help you get that proper clean. And what's great about it is the brush heads are automatically delivered every 3 months, and they're only $5. One of the many reasons that I love Quip. They're backed by over 20,000 dental professionals. Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/x96 right now,
you get your first refill pack for free with a Quip electric toothbrush. But you got to do that /X96 so that you get the deal and that we get the credit, okay? So that's your first refill pack free at getquip.com/X96.
X96.
Hello, kitties. It's me, your old friend, the bookkeeper. Since this is tax season, I thought you might want to hear a story from the big ledger about filing your taxes. Today's installment concerns the do's and don'ts of claiming deductions. Pay careful attention now, or you may have to pay more later.
Well, Mrs. Johnson, I've looked over your return, and I have a few questions about some of your deductions.
Oh my, is there something wrong?
Well, you've claimed over $9,000 in medical expenses.
That's correct. I have all the receipts right here in this shoebox.
You seem to be in perfect health. Now, some of these procedures seem a bit odd.
Oh?
Spaying?
Yes.
Neutering?
Yes.
Hairball removal?
Yes.
These are services performed on your cat.
Oh, yes, I love cats. I have over 30 of them.
You can't claim your pet's medical expenses.
But they're like family to me.
It's not allowed by the IRS.
Well, could I claim them as a home improvement?
How so?
Well, they keep me toasty warm in the winter. They're like portable space heaters.
I don't think so.
Well, they shed a lot.
So?
Their excess fur helps insulate my house. Better R-value than the pink fiberglass stuff.
And no.
Can I claim them as my children?
And no. The government would never overlook you being 80 years old with more than 30 dependents, some of whom are named Buffy, Tabby, and Mr. Boots.
Well, I've made sure they all have Social Security numbers.
Well, why didn't you say so? Sign here. You can expect a hefty refund.
Oh, thank you.
Ms. Smith, send in Mr. Thompson, will you?
Oh,
The guy who wants to deduct his dog as a home security system.
okay.
Avoid an audit by the IRS, that is. Maybe the nice accountant fellow from S&M Block will go to jail for her. Remember to file on time, and if you need any help with those tricky forms, don't hesitate to ask your old friend, the bookkeeper.
Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, remember all that info. You're going to need it to vote for round 1 of your boners. 3 news stories. They are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your vote of these 3 which one is the worst. Which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day? If it wins here, hey, it's the winner of round 1. Good for you. You're not boner of the day yet. You'll have to defeat the winner of round 2's voting. Yes, we'll do this again at 8:20 with 3 more candidates. Then we'll get a winner of that round. We'll take the 2 winners, throw them into boner fight at 9:20. That's when boner of the day is decided. Remember, boner means mistake. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote, and one of you lucky random boner voters will receive
a gift certificate to Gracie's.
Here's boner candidate number 1. Just the tip. A Florida man suffered a gruesome injury late Friday when police said his neighbor bit off one of his fingertips while drinking at a campsite in Big Pine Key.
The hell?
All that was left of the fingertip was a protruding bone. Doctors at a nearby hospital tried in vain to reattach the digit. Aurelio Rodriguez was found covered in blood. He was arrested and charged with aggravated battery. Police said the weapon used in the alleged attack was the suspect's mouth.
That is the weapon.
The alleged attack occurred after Mr. Rodriguez was joined by a couple who brought a bottle of tequila. The couple reportedly said they noticed Mr. Rodriguez had been drinking and was acting rudely.
You're so rude.
At what point he fell down. The incident occurred when the man who suffered the bite was trying to help Mr. Rodriguez get back up.
Oh.
It was just a tip.
See if I try to help you again.
Boner candidate number 1. Boner candidate number 2. But I use the Facebook for everything. The Rapid City, South Dakota Police Department said at least one person a day tries to report a crime through Facebook Messenger instead of calling 911.
No.
But the Assistant Chief of Police wants to stress the fact that their social media accounts are not connected to dispatch. There was one that stuck out to me where someone was trying to report an assault that was happening at their neighbor's house, and since there wasn't an immediate response by law enforcement because of the social media platform, they were then prompted to call 911, the Assistant Chief of Police said. There's an unabated response only after 5 o'clock that reads, if this is an emergency, call 911, but during working hours, people aren't always aware of what this service should be used for. Facebook and Twitter messaging should only be utilized for non-emergency situations.
Exactly.
Like leaving an anonymous tip about a neighborhood drug dealer or complimenting an officer on their service. But dispatchers are aware of this phenomenon and are in the works of trying to implement a text to 911 service. Sarah Smith, the communications director for the dispatch center, said, I'm not surprised that there are a lot of people that are used to using the internet and rather than using their phones now. Text to 911 is currently being used in about 2,000 counties around the U.S., although nonverbal emergency reports can be used, for example, in domestic violence situations where people are being threatened by someone else in the room. Dispatch reminds people that calling 911 will always be the best and most efficient way to get help. Smith said predominantly people have the time and the capability of picking up the phone and calling us. That is still the best option to get a proper response in a shorter amount of time. Boner candidate number 1 or 2, but I used the Facebook for everything. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, maybe this is the one time a teacher should give a student a good beatdown.
All right, boner candidate number 3 for round 1. Right after this, big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
It's the news you trust from the most experienced team in Utah. 2 News. Check out the new KUTV.com.
Jeopardy host Alex Trebek doesn't think that Donald Trump would do very well on an episode of Jeopardy.
No. Does anybody think he would?
And our newly published interview with Alex Trebek, Vulture's David Marchese asked Trebek if he thinks Trump would fare very well on the show. Well, naturally, Trebek wasn't afraid to give his honest opinion. Well, he might not agree that any of the correct responses are correct, said Trebek, taking aim at the president's frequent dismissal of facts. In the hour since the interview hit the internet on Monday morning, people have been zeroing in on Trebek's dig among a handful of other notable lines from the piece. Trebek also called Trump a bully in his interview, emphasizing the importance of knowledge, and made some truly unfortunate comments about the hashtag #MeToo movement. But overall, I have to say that Trebek's assessment of Trump sounds pretty on point.
But isn't that interesting? Because wouldn't you think it's mostly like old Republican people that watch Jeopardy?
Yeah.
I mean, I would think I would think that's his fans might not
Well,
appreciate this.
He comes down here from Canada and lives in liberal Hollywood.
Yeah.
So
I'm speaking with myself, number 1, because I have a very good brain and I've said a lot of things.
Trebek also said that the kind of Jeopardy contestant he reveals the kind of Jeopardy contestant he hates the most.
Ooh, what's that?
He says that he gets bothered by players who jump all over the board even after the daily doubles have been dealt with. Trebek says he doesn't understand what they're hoping to achieve by doing that. Why are they doing it? They're doing themselves a disservice. When the show's writers construct categories, they do it so that there's a flow in terms of difficulty. And if you jump to the bottom of a category, you may get a clue that would be easier to understand if you had begun at the top of the category and saw how the clues work.
Run the category.
Trebek also admits he gets disappointed by players who approach the game too conservatively. I've been disappointed when contestants made conservative wagers because they don't realize the obvious. And that is, if a clue is in the second box from the top, it's going to be easier than a clue at the bottom of the category. So if you landed on what should be an easier daily double clue, why not take a chance?
Oh, yeah.
However...
Now I want to do Jeopardy.
However, there may be a good reason. Trebek confessed that he often adopts a disappointed father tone when contestants fail to correctly answer a seemingly easy question.
They don't want to disappoint you, Alex.
Yes, it's conscious. Not that it's pre-planned, it's a reaction. But I know that "you've disappointed daddy" tone is a tone I'm striking. He said it's also, how can you not get this? It's not rocket science. Well, in the race between Mia Love and Ben McAdams, as the recounts are underway in Florida to determine that state's next U.S. Senator and Governor, the one race here in Utah, that McAdams-Love race, that's too close to call.
Still.
Yeah. But McAdams still leads Mia Love by less than 5,000 votes. Giving the Democratic challenger a margin of 2.32 percentage points. There are still tens of thousands of votes uncounted. McAdams' lead is, at least for now, outside of recount territory in Utah. And unlike Florida, where a mandatory recount is triggered when an election margin falls within 0.50%, a losing candidate in Utah can request a recount only when trailing by 0.25%. or less. Andrew Roberts, McAdams' campaign manager, said he appreciates the hard work of Utah's election officials and that the campaign is happy with the mayor's lead and looks forward to updated vote totals today after the holiday weekend.
But is there some absolute drop-dead deadline for if
see.
Whatever we've counted by.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Thursday this week. But
Says until
maybe
we get
I
the
dreamt
let's
that.
see. Historical trends suggest that more than 260,000 have been cast in the Love McAdams contest, and the margin would need to be less than 700 votes for the losing candidate to request a recount. So it has to be less than 700. Until we get the final count, we won't know what the recount margin is, said Justin Lee, Utah's election director.
So no specific day.
I don't think so. I think they just will count all
till
of the
they
votes.
count.
They'll count until
And I would say that's what you should do.
Yeah.
Every vote counts, so count every vote.
And,
Final-
and Spencer Cox predicted this
yeah.
with this race.
Final certified vote totals will be released by the state November 26th. The number of estimated outstanding ballots has been changed from the original to reflect the most recent calculations. All right. So November 26th, that's when that will finally be all certified. So we could wait, and I'm guessing we will wait until November 26th for final certification.
I would not be surprised it's that close.
They're going to close Scallywags for good.
They are?
The owner of Scallywags in South Salt Lake said, that's it. We're permanently closing the doors following this latest incident, a shooting. He says, I'm just, that's it.
Well, you open a pirate-themed bar, you're asking for trouble, you know?
I've had to have 5 security guards a night, and I'm done. I'm done.
5 security guards a night?
Yep. Let's see.
I went there once.
So did I.
Because it's across the street from the Century 16, or kind of across the street, and we misjudged a movie time, so we're like, let's go over.
Well, there's a Crown Burger across the street
You
too.
can't get a drink at the Crown Burger.
Yeah, but you can get a hamburger.
I went there for Jimmy's birthday party one year. We did
At
karaoke
Scallywag?
at Scallywag. I don't know why. This is where it is.
Utah may shift to a new way of picking candidates in future elections. In a public meeting on Monday afternoon that lasted a stunning 52 seconds, the Lieutenant Governor's office implemented new rules for a new pilot project to allow ranked choice voting in Utah. I'll open it up to any public comments, said State Elections Director Justin Lee. Seeing none, we'll close the meeting. Thank you. The pilot project will allow cities across Utah to try ranked choice voting in the 2019 elections. It's going to be new. Anybody who tries it out, there's going to be a learning curve. Ranked choice voting allows you to vote for candidates based on a preference, like first, second, and third place. So this is my first choice for office. This is my second choice, and this is my third choice.
That is going to be confusing.
And the reasoning is?
Some places do it. Lower-tiered candidates can still float up to the top by capturing enough votes as opposed to winner-take-all. Rebecca Chavez-Hauk says she believed it would increase participation from a variety of candidates and voters, but also reduce the levels of tribalism in politics. Elections campaigns in general become less vitriolic because, as a candidate, I'm trying to persuade not just my base or people that I know for sure are likely to vote for me, but many others who might want to put me second or third.
I see.
Maine recently implemented ranked choice voting in general elections. Cities in Colorado, California, Minnesota, and other states have implemented in smaller elections. So you may not do it in the final election, but you do it in primaries.
That makes sense.
Utah Republican Party has explored the idea of ranked choice voting in its nominating conventions. However, it's been voted down by the GOP's Central Committee, said Chairman Rob Anderson. I think it's a good idea in primary elections.
Mm-hmm.
You do ranked choice voting. So, okay, I like this person the best, but this person not too bad, and then this person,
Okay, yeah, in primaries, okay.
First, second, and third choice.
But not in the regular elections.
In the final election, you don't do it.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
We good, or we need?
You have 1 minute.
1 minute. Let's see. How about this story right here? Emily Blunt.
Yes, I love her.
On what it's like to be playing Mary Poppins.
I bet she's great.
In the upcoming movie Mary Poppins Returns. She says she's fully aware of the impact her character has already had on the lives of people who watched the movie starring Julie Andrews. I do remember it very fondly. I took such great comfort in it as a child. That was something that struck me, that a person coming in and so capable and so magical, sweeping it all up and making it right. So I think what we're trying to do obviously, is continue that comfort now, too, with our film. Blunt hasn't revisited the film since childhood, not even prior to playing the part.
Really?
Yeah, she says, I didn't go look at it again. That's because I want to make the part my own. I haven't watched the original since I saw it as a child.
If she and John Krasinski ever get divorced, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, you might have to.
I was so upset
you might
when
have
Chris
to get divorced
Pratt
too.
and Anna Faris got. No, I don't do.
You might have to get divorced.
No,
Gina. You know, I hope she plays Mary Poppins the way it's written. Mary Poppins is not a very pleasant character in the books. She's not. She's she's not very pleasant. And Julie Andrews did her all sweet and light, and I like it. Mary Poppins being kind
more
of
Nanny McPhee.
Yeah, that's why Emma Thompson did that movie, Nanny McPhee. She said, "This is the way Mary Poppins is supposed to be."
She's a bitch.
Just kind of bitchy.
Weather, traffic.
It's cold. Wear a coat. No, you're walking out of the house without a coat. I don't need a coat, and you're going to get 5 minutes away, and you're going to go. My kids do that all the time. I don't need a coat. Just take your coat. I don't need it. Take your coat. That's weather.
And wash your hands.
Oh, please
and
wash
stand
your
up
hands.
straight.
Yes. Did you brush your teeth? The sink's not wet. I know you didn't brush your teeth.
Don't say that out loud, then they'll know to get the sink wet.
If you're going to go to the trouble of turning the water on, it's not that much more to brush your teeth.
Don't tip your hand.
There's no traffic. I don't know what's going on. That's good. Well, Mark says southbound I-15 is stop and go through Kaysville. But I have no accidents reported, so that's great.
All right.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. Maybe this is one time a teacher should give a student a good beat down. A high school music teacher who was caught on video repeatedly punching a 14-year-old student inside of a classroom got a GoFundMe page set up for him by a fellow school district employee to assist with his legal fees. And as of Friday, the funds topped $170,000.
Wow.
This is Marston Riley, and I'm letting you know that this GoFundMe page is legit. The teacher in question said in a video posted on the GoFundMe, "I want to thank Celia Diaz for setting it up for me, and I want to thank you for supporting me." Well, what happened? Mr. Riley, who was 64, was arrested November 2nd on suspicion of child abuse and causing great bodily harm on a child after an incident at Maywood Academy High School, which is in the Los Angeles County School District. He was released Saturday morning after posting $50,000 bail. All the students who spoke to KTLA were sympathetic to Mr. Riley and said that the student in the video who was being punched pushed Mr. Riley too far. In fact, one student told the station it was probably a setup. Everything was planned out, the student told KTLA. There were students there who were already taking out their phones to record the incident. I don't think it's completely fair that they were just putting the blame all on Mr. Riley, when I personally know he's a good guy. Students told the station the confrontation started after Riley asked the boy to leave the classroom for not wearing a proper uniform. It's a school where they have to wear uniforms. The student in question allegedly refused. Cell phone video also shows the boy swearing at the teacher and repeatedly calling Mr. Riley, who is black, the N-word. The student is also seen throwing a basketball at Mr. Riley, after which the station said Mr. Riley pulled out his cell phone to call for backup. "Come on, bro," the student is heard saying. "Walk the F back, N-word." Mr. Riley does walk back, and the video showed the student continuing the verbal barrage, including calling Mr. Riley a bitch and challenging him. "I'm right here, bro. Everybody watching my N-word. What's up?" Mr. Riley warns the student several times, "You better leave." And a minute and a half after the video of the confrontation started, the teacher is seen suddenly punching the boy in the face. The student attempts to defend himself and moves backward to the far edge of the classroom as Mr. Riley delivers another blow and knocks the student down. The student gets up, drops his backpack, and squares off. Mr. Riley then delivers what appears to be at least another dozen or so blows and goes after the kid again, and others attempt to intervene. Another student appears to punch Mr. Riley. The boy who started the confrontation is dragged away by the staff, hollering at Riley unintelligibly. He was taken to the hospital where he was treated for moderate injuries and released. At the end of the clip, Mr. Riley is seen asking other students who hit him, presumably in reference to the second student apparently seen punching the teacher. School district officials said they are extremely disturbed by reports of the fight, telling the paper, "We take this matter seriously and do not condone violence or intolerance of any kind." The other students are supporting Mr. Riley in this case.
Mhm.
Boner candidate number 3, maybe this is one time a teacher should have given a student a good beatdown.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, just a tip. A drunken man biting off his neighbor's fingertip. Boner candidate number 2, but I use the Facebook for everything. A police department in South Dakota saying, if you are having an emergency, don't Facebook message us. Use 911. And boner candidate number 3, maybe this is one time a teacher should give a student a good beatdown.
All right, here we go. This is round 1 of your boner voting. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and get that chance to be boner of the day. 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number that you think should win. Put that number in the message of a text. That's all we need in the message is just that single digit. Anything else will screw up the computer. So, all right. 1, 2, or 3. Text that to 33986. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Autumn will take your vote in the producer's booth. Or you can go online. Look for x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting November 13 and vote there. All right. So if it wins here, it's just the winner of round 1. We'll send it to Boner Fight. It'll have to defeat the winner of round 2's voting. We got 3 more candidates for you at 8:20. That's when round 2 happens. Boner Fight at 9:20. Here we go. Round 1, 300 seconds. Go.
The music starts at 10.
Sitting here in my room with Dean Cardinal, Worldwide Trekking, and a man who's become a good friend, Geljan Sherpa, and we're sitting here talking to you on a cell phone, essentially, which is amazing to me that you can do this where we are. Let me try to describe this. We are actually in a really remote part of the world. You can helicopter in here, but it's horribly expensive, and people don't do it much. People walk to get to these places, and they walk for days and days. There are people who live way up in the Khumbu, and they come down here. Kind of the Namche Bazaar is, would you say it's a halfway point between here and Lukla?
Yeah, and it's a trading spot between the valley and Tibet, and a place where people come together for the Saturday market to trade goods, to buy goods, and everything else.
And so people walk for a long time to get to these places, and people walk. They'll walk from very remote places up by Everest, and they'll come down here to trade, as Dean said. But what's really unusual is that people have cell phones everywhere. It's just stunning in its incongruity. It's just incredible. You'll be walking. I'll be puffing my way up a trail, and some Sherpa kid will be, carrying a big heavy load of stuff and talking on a cell phone. It's just an amazing thing to see. I should describe a little bit. I don't think I described very well. Coming into Namche Bazaar, there are these giant prayer wheels in houses. I'd forgotten about this, and I asked our friend here, Geljan, what those were, and he said the river used to run under those prayer wheels and turn the prayer wheels, but the river has been kind of diverted. I don't know why, but they turn the prayer wheels anymore. So yeah, so it's just such a world of contrast here, and you'll see all of these Sherpa kids wearing, kind of American, westernized looking clothes, and talking on cell phones. But then they're also very into their culture. And I just want you to tell people really quickly, Geljan, what you call your son. What's your nickname for your son?
My son's nickname is Chicken Head.
Chicken Head. Geljan. You see, Geljan is like fathers everywhere. His son, Pasang, right? Pasang has a kind of a weird hairdo. With it kind of sticks up, and he's dyed it a kind of a red color, and so his father, being like fathers everywhere, doesn't like it, so he calls him Chicken Head. Anyway, we'll have more from Namche Bazaar. I'm Bill Allred, heading for Tibet.
Tibet? No, not Tibet.
From Hell on X96 with geek news specialist Carrie Jackson.
All right, 7:48. Time to award round one of your boner voting.
And let's have round one of the boner voting be brought to you by a couple of shots of vodka at a literary club meeting discussing Dostoevsky.
You know, like we all do.
Mm-hmm.
No, where people like me do.
Rest of us go to book clubs.
Yes,
Bill goes to a literary meeting.
I went to a literary group.
What's happening tonight at Gracie's? It's Tuesday. That means Tuesday night Bluegrass Jam with Pixie and the Party Grass Boys, 7 to 10 p.m., adults only.
So, boner candidate number one was just the tip, the guy in Florida who bit off. All the neighbor was doing was trying to help him up. He was drunk off his ass with tequila, and the neighbor was trying to help him up, and he bit his neighbor's fingertip off. Then there was boner candidate number two. Please, if it's an emergency, call 911. Don't Facebook message the police. And then boner candidate number three, maybe this is one time where a teacher should give a student a good beat down. It was a setup, apparently, too. They were trying to get this teacher mad. He was
Really?
a black teacher who And for the life of me, I don't know why they were. I guess they were trying to get him
riled up
and get him thrown out, get him fired.
Get him fired?
Yeah. And calling him the N-word. Come on, N-word. Come on, go ahead, have at me. And indeed, finally, the teacher reached his breaking point and started wailing on the student. Josh won Gracie's gift card.
Josh?
And 116 votes, far and away supplanting or outstripping the other two candidates, the winner, boner candidate number 3.
All right. That's your winner of round 1's voting. It now goes to boner fight. It'll go up against the winner of round 2's voting. We'll get 3 more candidates at 8:20. And we'll take the winner of that round and throw them both into the Boner Dome at 9:20. That's when boner fight happens, and you will decide boner of the day.
There's a couple of good ones in round 2.
All right, looking forward to it.
Sister Dottie Day. She's the one the people recommend. Mormon mother with a cool gay son. Dicey opinions and sagely advice. When Mormon leaders are sneaking around, Dottie is watching, so they better think twice. Sister Dottie Dixon. She's the one the people recommend. Sister Dottie Dixon.
I think our good friend David Evanoff for that.
Do we have to change it now? Because it's a Mormon mother. Can we call
do we
you
have
that
to change
anymore?
the jingle?
A Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints mother. Yeah, I guess.
I think we have to change that.
We have to change that, Sister Dottie.
Oh, I don't want to be in bad standing.
Oh, I know.
Well, you're always treading on thin ice as it is.
I am. I am. I think we'll leave it.
Okay.
I think that's part of the trademark and the branding.
Yeah,
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Sister Dottie is here. She is. How is your son Donnie?
Donnie is doing so well.
Well, good.
He just bought himself a new Tacoma.
No, that's good. That's good.
I said, you just bought one 2 years ago. It's not. He said, Mother, every 2 years I trade this one in and lease a new one.
Well,
This one's red.
A red Tacoma. Now, Sister,
As gay men get older, they get a little. Their colors get a little bit more flashy and showy. I said to him, "You see a midlife crisis to me."
Now, Sister Dottie, I see here on our notes, and I don't understand this note, and I wasn't paying attention this morning, Bert. It says here, Sister Dottie isn't Richie. I don't understand.
Oh, well, I know what that's all about.
Well, then, please enlighten us.
I will. You know, I go to various events like Pie and Beer Day and certain people's 50th birthdays and anniversaries and other big events during the year. The last time I went somewhere, someone said, "You're not Sister Dottie. Richie is Sister Dottie." They think the reason that they don't see me because I just don't get dressed up into my nines when I come here. It's early in the morning. That Richie just sneaks away from his microphone and comes in here and is Sister Dottie.
Well, we can easily dispel this.
The reason that we don't put you on the camera, that's because you are...
I'm fussy as fuss.
You don't get all dressed up.
I don't care. I don't.
Well, you're naturally beautiful no matter what you wear.
But I get that you don't want to be on camera when you haven't had time to do your hair and all that.
So we can prove that Richie is not playing the part of Sister Dottie.
Yes, Richie, come in here.
There he is.
You know, I used to listen to this show years ago when Richie was a little one.
He was only 8 when he started producing
Well,
the
he
show.
was in his late teens.
Yeah, late teens.
Busting into 20.
How old were you?
Late teens.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's been here a while.
And he got treated so much meaner back then.
Really?
And I
don't think he'd agree with you.
No, I don't.
For him.
I think we treated him better before his freshness date went over.
Oh.
I thought we
Well, Gina, remember that one day we both thought he was a twunk?
Yes.
He can't be a twunk
No.
now. He's in his 30s.
Yeah.
You can only be a twunk if you're in your 20s.
Now you're just nodding, Richie. You should talk.
No, he had that cute little bubble butt when he was in his 20s. Remember? And that was when he was all twunkish.
That's uncomfortable.
But now he's gotten older and he's more masculine.
Yeah.
I think he's more of a wolf or an otter.
I would agree. No, he's not an otter.
He's not an otter.
Definitely more of a wolf than an otter.
Okay. Well, I have put together this little contest that will prove to those non-believers out there that Richie is not Sister Dottie.
Okay.
You go first.
After the Veterans Day commemoration, we thought it best to drive to the Walmarts and get a nice spiral cut ham to take over to the grieving home. It was there that saw the policeman arresting him for shoplifting.
Oh, I see. So he's doing, if Richie were Sister Dottie,
This
that's
is how it would sound.
I see.
Well, we're going to go back and forth,
Okay.
so you'll have to guess.
Okay, well, let's hurry.
I think he's pretty good.
Okay.
Here I go. After we left the Veterans Day ceremonial program, we decided to go up to Walmart's and buy one of their whole hams and warm it up and take it over to the sad little house. That's where we seen him, and we know what he done.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Clearly, your sister. Dottie.
Yeah.
After we found out which mortuary had her, we went right down to Walker's to discuss the flowers, and the mortician's assistant told us that when the mortician cut her open for the autopsy, she was plumb full of blood clots.
Wow. This got dark.
After Googling the correct mortuary, we drove to Walker's mortuary and discussed the flowers for the funeral. As we were leaving the mortuary, Sister Florence Rasmussen told us that the mortician, while doing the autopsy, discovered thousands of little blood clots inside her, and we gasped.
Yeah, I think it's obvious.
I think
it's pretty obvious.
We know.
Right,
yeah, we can tell.
Are you figuring it out?
Yeah,
we figured it out.
Let's do one more.
One last one.
Well, we're out of
We
really got a break here.
We got a break.
We got a break. I'm sorry, you guys took too long getting in here. So.
We got a break.
Are we coming back?
We could
We're
do
coming
one
back.
when we come back. We could do one
When we come back. All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
we got to
right.
do some traffic. Okay.
Crash northbound I-15 at 131st South and Draper, right shoulder affected there. Crashed the ramp I-15, milepost 279, that's Main Street in Lehigh. Crashed southbound I-15, 60th South in Murray, right lane is blocked there. Crashed northbound I-15, 66 South, HOV lane blocked. Looks like that's traffic.
Thank you very much.
You could plainly see with your Vision ICL implantable contact lens from Hoops Vision which one is Richie and which one is Sister Dottie. You want LASIK, but you're not an ideal candidate. Well, contact Hoops Vision, because I think you may be. If you've been told in the past that you have an astigmatism and also nearsightedness, and you can't get the LASIK procedure, well, now you can. Hoops, always a national leader in vision correction. You know, they did my surgery, my laser procedure many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
How many? It's been 6 or 7 years for you now?
More than that.
10 years?
Yeah, I want to say.
Now Hoops Vision can do this great procedure, and they're only one of 10. There are 10 facilities in the whole country that are doing this. It's the Vision Toric Implantable Contact Lens. It may be right for you. Call 877-30-LASIK. That's 877-305-2745. Remember, you can use your FSA and HSA dollars for this procedure. 877-30-LASIK or go to hoopsvision.com.
Hi, I'm Todd Newcomb. I was born in Utah and I grew up listening to alternative music in Utah.
Quickly.
Right. Yeah.
I need to do the Muse keyword. X96 is proud to welcome Muse, the Simulation Theory World Tour to Vivint Smart Home Arena on Thursday, February 28th. Tickets go on sale November 16th through Ticketmaster, but X96 has your chance to win them before you can buy them. I'm going to give you a keyword, and you will text it to 33986. You'll get tickets to the show and a copy of Muse's brand new album. Plus, you'll be in the running for a grand prize trip to Las Vegas to see Muse's Simulation Theory World Tour. Go to x96.com for all of the details. Here's the keyword for your chance to win. Human, Human, human. Text that to 33986.
Now, we were in the process of proving that Richie is not Sister Dottie S. Dixon, and we have one more example of how that is being proved true. Go ahead, you guys.
Close your eyes and you listen.
All
Which
right.
one's Richie, which one's Dottie?
Okay.
We heard that the bishop was so mad that Orwin Hatch wasn't running another term that he took a fit and threw all of Orwin's singing CDs and gave them to the homeless shelter.
Okay.
Honestly, why should out in the cold homeless people have to listen to Orwin Hatch beller under the viaduct?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that's one.
Okay.
Our bishop loves Orwin Hatch's melodic voice and was disheartened that he was not going to run again. So sad was the bishop that he donated his Orwin Hatch vocal CDs to homeless people in front of McDonald's.
Yeah, I think those are two distinct. Well, I think the first one was Sister Dottie.
Second one was Richie. No
sure.
question.
I hope your listeners agree, and I hope they now know there is definitely a Sister Dottie, and it ain't Richie.
Yeah, I think
I love Richie. If I ever had to go down sick, I'd probably hire him.
All right.
Okay, back to by popular demand. I have lots of people say to me, you know, Thanksgiving is such a busy day. I take all week to get ready. If time is sparse, here is Sister Dottie's kitchen in a giant pan Thanksgiving Day dinner.
Okay. Oh, my. Okay.
You first of all have to Google heavy-duty cafeteria equipment.
Okay.
You know, the kind they use in prisons.
Yeah.
County jails. It has to be a 13-inch deep.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, with a lid, too, if you can get it.
Okay.
First, sprinkle a little Yoshida sauce all over the
Ooh,
bottom.
okay.
Yeah, that's a secret. I
Okay.
very often don't tell people. Then you know those Hawaiian sweet rolls you can buy in the store?
Love those.
Break them up, cover the whole bottom of the pan with that.
Okay.
And, you first spray a little Pam around the edges so nothing sticks.
That's a good idea.
Now, I loved instant Idahoan potatoes. Make up a batch of those, do a layer. And then I do a layer of frozen corn, green beans, and carrots.
Okay.
Okay. And then I do another layer of stovetop stuffing. I don't even make it. I just put the dry stuff with the mix.
Because it'll get...
Because it gets lots of juiciness from the vegetables. Canned yams. Oscar Mayer turkey. You're going to want to buy about 7 or 8 big packages. Okay. And you pull those apart and layer them in. Cranberries drained. Ocean spray, of course. Go with your top brands. 12 Hostess crumbled Twinkies.
Wait, what?
Yes.
I didn't see that
right
coming.
After the cranberries.
All right.
All right.
And then you smash it down with your spatula, not too heavy.
Okay.
I never let Donnie ever smash it. He pushes it together till it becomes a congealed mess. And then you bake at 175 for 5.5 hours.
Okay. All right.
All right, then.
Now,
I'd give it a try.
I would just say this. Recycle, 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 because everything comes in a can. Yeah. Donnie washes and recycles all the cans while I sing. He that hath clean cans and a pure heart. Remember Jesse Evans when she would sing that at the tabernacle funerals?
I don't remember that, no.
Oh, I love hearing her sing. She had the deepest alto. He that hath clean cans.
He that hath clean hands?
Cans. If you're recycling.
Oh, okay.
The real words are he that hath clean hands and a pure heart.
That's what I thought.
I think Gina's about the only one in the room.
I like the clean cans, though.
And I have clean hands.
So I'm sure your recycled cans are
absolutely.
Hey, Gina, your cans aren't bad either.
Hi-oh.
So, what is that called? That dish?
It's a complete Sister Dottie's complete Thanksgiving Day dinner in a pan.
In a pan.
Okay. Can you find that at your Facebook page?
Yes, I'll have it up again.
Okay.
Just layer that. Huh?
I'll bet that's delicious.
Oh, it's good. You go down with big spoons.
Get all the way to the bottom and
Scrape up and drop it in.
How long am I cooking that for again?
You're cooking it at 175 for 5.5 hours.
5.5 hours. Okay. Well, thank you, Dottie.
You're welcome. It's always so fun to come at the beginning of the holiday season.
Happy Thanksgiving to
Happy
you.
to all of you as well.
Okay.
Love you to pieces.
Thank
I'm
you.
grateful for all.
Aw.
Richie, you too. Thanks for playing.
5.5 hours. 5.5 hours.
That'll be done in no time.
Crash southbound I-15 at milepost 330, Layton Parkway in Davis County. Right shoulder affected there. Crash northbound I-15, 131st south in Draper. We've got really slow traffic going all the way from Point of the Mountain up through Sandy. Speeds 0 to 30 miles an hour through that area. So give yourself some extra time if you're heading downtown from Utah County. That's traffic.
You know,
Now, people are making requests and demands. They want Dottie to read 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, I don't know that that's a good idea.
I think that's a bad idea. And they're also asking for Bill and Chainsaw Guy to do the same test that Richie
I don't know why
Dottie
we
did.
would have that.
well,
see if
maybe we could plan that for next week.
I don't think that's necessary at all.
I'm tempted to make that dish just 5.5 hours.
All right.
All right, boners round 2 coming up. Here are the candidates. Boner candidate number 1. But I just love them thin mints and them Samoas and the do-si-dos. Boner candidate number 2. Well, shoe taping is not who we are. And boner candidate number 3. Are you sure I don't live here?
All right. We got round 2 of your boners coming up. Stand by for that, along with Big Boy News and Opinioendo.
You eat that dish that she suggested. You may need a lawyer.
Yes.
You may be injured in some way.
A personal injury attorney, and you would call the advocates. Yes, I mean, if you've been hurt in an accident and you don't know what to do, get a hold of these people. I implore you to do it. The advocates there, Driggs, Bills, and Day, small firm. You're not going to be shuffled around. They will take personal interest in your case.
Oh, and they'll explain it so that you understand. If you think your insurance company is going to do the right thing by you, you're dreaming.
Yeah. Be careful. They don't want you to get into an accident.
No.
But if you do, these are the people to get a hold of. They will take care. They won't charge you any money unless they take your case and get you a settlement. So the call doesn't cost you anything, and all the things they do for you won't cost you any money until they get you a settlement. So the advocates, 801-355-5550, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or their website where there's a chat feature, utahadvocates.com.
my question is, and this is for you parents, is I didn't know that they still did these.
Oh, yeah.
The daddy-daughter
Daddy.
dance, and there's a mommy-son dance.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know they still did these.
Yeah.
These seem
No, they're sweet.
creepy.
No, they're sweet. They're really
No,
I
it's
don't know.
just-
You're not watching Bates Motel with me.
That's your problem. You're skewed with the Bates family.
Well, they're I mean, they're
Because
just
Carrie,
meant to
that's all
be-
that is
Tell
a
me,
dance.
well, tell me what they
They're-
what
I mean,
what is it?
It's
Tell
just
me.
meant to be. It's meant to be an evening where father and daughter, who may not necessarily interact all the time, because the dad's at work and it's the mom who takes care of things, and so it's just so they just go to the dance, and there's punch and cookies.
It's cute.
and-
You get dressed up, and it's a nice.
Why do you think
evening
it's
out.
creepy?
You don't think it sends a weird message?
No.
No.
Because you do the exact same activity with a boy. You know, the boy you're dating. It's the exact same activity, the prom, right?
Well, except it's
or the
except there's
harvest
a-
dance.
Except
or
there's a
whatever.
different intent.
And this is no different than
No, there's a different intent. If you're taking a girl to the prom, you'll want after the prom get with her in the back seat of the car.
Oh.
And in the daddy-daughter dance, that never would even occur to you.
well.
But
I mean, really.
No, Carrie. Okay, do you think this is cute?
All right.
When dads that have little girls and the little girl wants to have a little tea party, and she invites daddy to the tea party, and they say
That's. I'm not
Well,
getting laid
kids-
at the end of a tea party.
Kids shouldn't be.
Well, it doesn't have to go there. It's
Well,
just
then,
nice.
but that's what the dance is all
That's
about.
what's in Carrie's mind.
See, anytime I went to a high school dance, my goal at the end was to at least
Okay.
make out.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, Carrie, I went to lots of dances where that never happened.
Gina, that's
that's
you.
a bad example.
Gina, that's you. You're a bad
I
example.
just went to dances where it was just about the dance, and
no,
we went out to dinner, and that was
no,
the end of
no,
it.
Gina, the guy you were with, that was not what it was all
Not
about.
all guys think
Yes.
that way. Any
Yes,
dance
they do.
ever. That's
Ye-
that's
yes.
the purpose of going
Yes.
to a dance.
Yes.
No.
Okay, you see my point about the daddy-daughter.
No, because it's a daddy. It's not. It's the kid's
See,
dad, not
okay,
a
well,
date.
The real reason we should stop doing the daddy-daughter and the mommy-son
Yeah.
is because this is the age of Disney. At least one of the parents are dead or divorced or something.
The Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 20 minutes after 8 right now, and it is time for round 2 of your boner voting. Presenting to you now 3 news stories. They are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. If it wins here, it's the winner of round 2, yes, but it's not boner of the day yet. It has to defeat the winner of round 1's voting. We did that an hour ago. So we'll take the winner of each round and put them both into boner fight at 9:20 this morning. That's when you'll decide boner of the day. Boner means mistake. 2 candidates now.
a third after the news. Once you've heard all three, you'll vote, and one of you lucky random boner voters will receive
tickets to see Bassem Youssef at Kingsbury Hall Tuesday, November 27th. Tickets are available at utahpresents.org.
Here's boner candidate number 1, but I just love the Thin Mints and the Samoas and the Do-si-dos. An Ohio woman's apparent love for Girl Scout cookies has led to her arrest. Noelle Hines allegedly stole a large order of Girl Scout cookies that was intended for a local North College Hill troop. The woman never returned the cookies or paid for the order, which totaled more than $1,600. Following multiple attempts over the past 6 months to contact Ms. Hines about the cookies, authorities filed theft charges against the woman. On Tuesday, police arrested Ms. Hines while she was at the North College Hill Mayor's Court for unrelated charges. She ordered the cookies, then just disappeared with the order. No money paid for them.
And she ate the evidence.
And she ate them. Wow. They're gone. She never returned the cookies or paid for them. That's a lot of Girl Scout cookies. 1,600. But I just love the Thin Mints and the Samoas and the Do-si-dos.
Did you check the freezer?
Boner candidate number 1.
A couple of those are better in the freezer.
Yeah, they're gone. Mm-hmm. They're gone.
Thin Mints, Samoas.
Here's boner candidate number 2. Shoe taping is not who we are. North Carolina mom Jessica Hayes took to Facebook after 2 daycare workers taped her 17-month-old daughter's shoes to her feet.
Oh, geez.
The tape was wrapped so tightly that the toddler's feet were bruised and swollen. A shocking sight that Ms. Hayes shared photos of on social media.
And you can see it at x96.com/live.
That's horrible.
I am upset that this happened to my child, as someone was clearly upset that she was learning to take her shoes off and had taped them to her feet out of being aggravated. This was not just her shoes being taped up, it was around her ankle. My 17-month-old child unable to say anything about it. And Hayes' daughter wasn't the only toddler subject to taping at the Elkin, North Carolina daycare. Another parent commented that the same thing happened to her child that day. However, she stressed that the daycare was handling it, claiming they are just as upset as the parents and devastated that this happened. Both workers involved in the event have been fired. The Pleasant Hill director of the daycare says, "We are just as speechless as you are. When we were informed about the tape marks, they stated that the daycare in no way condones or allows any practice that would be harmful to a child. This shoe taping incident is not a representation of who we are." Ms. Hayes shared a follow-up post in which she explained that she will continue to keep her daughter enrolled in the daycare. "I'm positive this won't happen to another child, as it has raised awareness to all involved." Boner candidate number 2, shoe taping is not who we are. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Are you sure I don't live here?
Boner candidate number 3 for round 2, coming up after this big boy news and opinioendo, brought to you by
Urban Armor Gear. That's hard to say.
It is.
Urban Armor Gear phone cases are redefining what protection looks like. Lightweight, slim, and built to endure extreme drops. Trust UAG to protect all of your devices. UAG is available at all 9 Bad Apple locations, and for a limited time, receive 20% off UAG products. Go to badapplerepair.com.
Northern California's deadly campfire has left dozens of people anxiously waiting to hear from loved ones who are still missing. 4 days into the disaster, as fires continue to ravage the Golden State, it's been days nobody has heard anything. Megan James told the Huffington Post, referring to her missing uncle Randy Dodge and his wife Paula, who live in Paradise, California, about an hour and a half north of Sacramento. That town, Paradise, has been just totally devastated by the fire. My hope is someone caught a glimpse of them. We just need peace. We just need to know. It's very difficult. At least 44 people are now counted dead in that fire, which tore through Paradise and surrounding areas. The fire, the deadliest single fire in the state of California's history. Sheriff's office didn't have an update on the number of missing persons last reported as 288 on Sunday. I guess it's been revised downward now. They say 100 people are missing. Meanwhile, in Southern California's Ventura County, 2 people have died in the Woolsey fire. The Camp Fire has destroyed about 7,000 structures. Lady Gaga gave a touching pep talk to California wildfire victims, even stopping to sing to one of them as deadly flames continue to engulf sections of the state. She turned up at the Red Cross shelter at Pacific Palisades High School on Sunday and promised the crowd, "I will be with you every step of the way I can, even the second that I leave this room. I love you. You're going to get through this. We'll get through this together."
That's nice.
The star nearly blended into the crowd with a makeup-free look, black and white trucker hat, simple gray tank top, and rosary beads around her neck. She stopped to take photos and hand out gift cards and sing to a 98-year-old woman who was an evacuee during the 90 minutes she spent there. She said, "I know it's not easy. I know a lot of you are feeling pain and a shock, and it's very surreal," she said. "I know that you feel you're in a daze, and I'm not really sure exactly when or how this is going to hit me when it does, or when it does."
Did she lose a house in it?
I think
she lives in the area, I think, doesn't she?
She didn't say if her house had survived the fire. Let's see. No, it did survive. CNN is suing Donald Trump.
Get in line, CNN. How many lawsuits
CNN is suing the Trump administration, demanding that correspondent Jim Acosta's press credentials to cover the White House be returned. The administration revoked them last week following President Trump's contentious news conference when Acosta refused to give up a microphone after the president said he didn't want to hear anything more from him. The lawsuit was filed Tuesday in Washington District Court. CNN claims the revocation of Acosta's press pass violates the constitutional rights to freedom of the press and due process. CNN is asking for an immediate restraining order to return Acosta to the White House. No immediate comment from the administration.
I'm president and you're not.
A former Park City School District employee and coach with the Park City Swimming Club has been arrested for investigation of child pornography. Kent Allen Banaki of Salt Lake arrested and booked into the Salt Lake County Jail for investigation of 10 counts of dealing in harmful materials to a minor and counts of misdemeanor drug possession. And a Utah child psychiatrist who once faced accusations that he had viewed child pornography at work will be able to practice medicine again, but with restrictions. The state's licensing authority initially denied David Ford Wilson's request to reactivate his license according to a stipulation and order because he had admitted during the application process last year that he had looked at, quote, preteen modeling sites while working at McCady Hospital in Ogden. Wilson had his license pulled by the Division of Occupational and Professional Licensing in 2013 after prosecutors charged him with more than a dozen felonies when child pornography was found cached in the hard drive of his work computer. But a judge dismissed the charges 3 years later, finding prosecutors didn't produce believable evidence that Wilson had intentionally viewed the images. A forensics expert testified that the illegal images were stored in unallocated space, meaning they weren't saved under any file name, and there's no record of how long they'd been on the computer, who was on the computer when they were created, or whether they had ever actually even been viewed by the computer's user.
Oh.
So there is some question that they might have been there before he ever. In an emergency order in 2013, officials wrote that Wilson had entered a number of questionable search terms into his work computer, including hot preteen models and shameless preteens. But there's no evidence that he had ever viewed that cached stuff.
But what?
So,
but if he put those kind of things in the, I don't know.
But there's no evidence. Wilson applied to get his license back last year, and they initially denied his request. But he denied ever accessing any child porn. He admitted that he had looked at modeling sites at work, and he had undergone counseling. State officials ultimately settled the case, agreeing to let him practice again. He'll be on probation for 5 years. and he's banned from treating anyone under the age of 18. How much are Utah's federal lands worth? Utah lawmakers want to find out just how much Utah's federally controlled lands are worth and then deliver a bill to the U.S. government for the revenue that they would generate if privately held. Because by God...
What?
The Legislative Management Committee is meeting today to possibly approve issuing a request for bids for a private company to begin a real-time valuation of federal lands in Washington.
In Washington
County.
That we want.
After that pilot project, the goal is to expand the assessment statewide. The idea is that the federal government is withholding our lands, and it made a promise that as long as it holds those lands, it will hold us harmless from the loss of tax revenue, said Representative Ken Ivory, Republican from West Jordan.
Sit down, Ken.
We simply wanted them to treat us fairly. We're going to spend $20,000 on this study.
That's what people should be upset about, and they won't be.
No.
What?
Nothing. I just need to make sure they're getting a phone call there. Let's see. And, this is good. The bed slept in by Oprah Winfrey and Presidents Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. Not all at the same time. Allow me to make the joke.
Why?
Because I got the story. The Indiana estate of the late shopping mall magnate Melvin Simon will be auctioned off this weekend. Simon's widow, who lives in Colorado, gave the 107-acre estate, including 2 golf courses, to Michael Feinstein's charity, the Great American Songbook Foundation, which is having Guernseys put the furnishings, that's the auction house, about 1,200 lots, including the beds, on the auction block. So which one would you like to buy? You'd buy the Obama one, right?
Would you?
Would you buy the Obama bed?
Now, what are my choices again? Oprah, Obama,
Clinton.
Oh, no, you don't want the Clinton bed.
The Clinton one, that's skeevy.
They'll give that away.
Yeah, I'd want the Obama bed.
You'd want the Obama bed?
Sure.
How about,
I don't know. I think I may take the Oprah bed.
Really?
Yeah.
I think she knows a thing or two about luxury.
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a good point there, Carrie.
She would pick the finest.
Oprah's
I
favorite
think
things.
I think the Obama bed would be kind of austere.
Although, Carrie, you put your Brooklyn sheets on any of those.
That's true.
And it's just great.
Yeah, but see, you're not getting paid for that, so you didn't have to say that.
Sorry.
What?
Bargain hunters who admire the gilded lavishness of Mar-a-Lago will love this auction, they said. I don't know why they have
Why doesn't have anything to do with that?
Mar-a-Lago.
You don't need to invoke Mar-a-Lago in this.
Yeah. And then
already.
Finally, the new pose taking social media by storm, Gina.
Mm-hmm.
So this is you look good in photographs. So this is the new pose taking social media by storm.
Right.
It's called the Insta Split.
Okay.
I don't know if we have it there. You have to be doing this.
Oh yeah, I can't do that.
You have to sort of lay down on your side and then stick your leg up in the air.
Stick one leg up in the air.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
That's the new thing?
This is the new thing.
This is the new selfie pose?
I think you should be doing that.
No.
Ooh.
No? Too athletic?
Here, let's try.
Let's see.
Wait, stop. You'll hurt yourself.
There we go. No?
Okay, click that. Go.
Oh, see, you look great.
Freeze.
You look great.
Freeze that one, Gene.
The black socks with the white leg there is really
that's
What, are you supposed to match your socks to your legs?
No.
Is that the fashion thing that I don't?
Not necessarily.
That's all I have are black socks.
All right, that's it.
Sports, weather, traffic.
Halle Berry.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see this, Carrie Jackson?
I still don't know what it is.
Okay.
But I know they invoke her name.
So in the football, this is Rams and the Seahawks on Sunday. So you have your plays, Carrie.
You have plays, and they have names,
But
right?
sometimes you get out there and you're on the line and you look at the defense and you go, oh, that play we were going to do, I'm calling an audible. We're changing it right now.
It's like, what's his name used to always go, Omaha!
Yeah,
Omaha!
Oh, okay.
But apparently this Sunday, Los Angeles quarterback Jared Goff said, Halle Berry.
So they have a play.
They have a play called, but apparently Halle Berry was watching,
Uh-huh.
and she tweeted at him and said, so So why Halle Berry? What's up with the Halle Berry?
Well, and he won't say.
No, he
because
can't
those plays
give
are
it away.
secret.
Yeah.
So he needs to sneak it into her DM.
But you have to think, what?
Carrie.
Direct message.
Oh.
But you wonder what about the play would they say, and we're going to call this one the Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Like what? I don't know.
Hmm.
Anyway,
All right.
the Jazz won last night. They beat Memphis 96-88. They play the Mavericks tomorrow at 6:30. Weather chilly today. Take your coat. I don't need my coat. Just take it. You'll be glad you have it.
No, you've harangued that so much, I may just go get my coat
Go
in
get
this
your
break.
coat. 46 for a high. Traffic, we've got a crash. Let's see. Northbound Highway 36, this is SR 138 in Tooele. We've got major slowage northbound I-15 coming around Point in the Mountain. The Draper Sandy area, a couple of incidents there causing that slowage. Crash northbound I-15 53rd South on-ramp in Murray. And a crash southbound I-15 milepost 330 at Layton Parkway in Davis County. It's the news you trust from the most experienced team in Utah 2 News. Check out the new KUTV.com.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Are you sure I don't live here? An intoxicated off-duty police officer in Ohio was arrested in an alleged burglary after mistakenly entering a home that he thought was his. Torrance Edward Laproth was arrested early Sunday after trying to enter a single-family home, according to an incident report. Laproth, who was inebriated at the time, mistook the residence for his own. Officer Laproth has been a Dayton police officer for 11 years. He is currently on unpaid administrative leave.
He looks so forlorn in his mugshot.
Yes.
X96.com/live.
The criminal case against him will move forward with detectives meeting with the Montgomery County Prosecutor's Office regarding possible charges. There is also an active administrative investigation being conducted. Mr. Laproth was booked into the Montgomery County Jail. He was really smashed. Are you sure I don't live here? He said. Boner candidate number 3.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. But I just love the Thin Mints and the Samoas and the Do-Si-Dos. A woman stealing more than $1,600 worth of Girl Scout cookies.
Wow.
Boner candidate number 2. Shoe taping is not who we are. Parents furious after a daycare taped toddler's shoes to her ankles. And boner candidate number 3. Are you sure I don't live here?
All right, this is round 2 of your boner voting. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. If it wins here, it'll go up against the winner of round 1's voting. We did that an hour ago. But we'll take both those winners and put them into boner fight at 9:20 this morning, and that's when you'll decide boner of the day. So pick your champion for round 2 right now. 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number of the one that you think should win. Put that number in the message of a text, and that's all we need in the message. It's just that single digit. Text that to 33986. The computer counts it for us. Or you can call 877-602-9696. The producer's booth will take your vote. Or go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting November 13 and vote there. Less than 300 seconds to do it. This is round 2. Let's go.
Your trainer isn't coming in today, is he?
Yeah.
Gina?
Yeah,
Zach?
I guess.
Oh, because I'm worried.
Why?
I lost his pen. I lost the pen
You
he
had
gave
it
me.
yesterday.
Already.
Yes.
You had...
And I lost it between See, you see what I mean?
You just had it
I said I
yesterday.
lost his pen, and did you hear the
was right
the
there.
note? Did you hear the note of attack in her voice? Well, you had it yesterday.
I saw you with it. We talked about your pen yesterday.
And I lost it after that.
So it was in here, and then where did you go?
Let's retrace your steps, Bill.
Let's not.
What'd you do right after the show yesterday?
I know the last time I saw my pen.
Where was it?
At when I was at the grocery store.
I thought
what?
I thought it was a work pen. You take it from
A
here
work
to your
pen?
desk.
What's a work pen?
I don't
Pen
know.
you leave at work.
With your work papers.
I'm just nervous.
Carry your same pen around with you all day. You got a pen in your
I
car.
carry
you
it
got a
right here,
pen.
and it's gone.
Work pen?
But I'm just.
So you always have a pen at work.
Gina, what would you
take it
possibly
home.
do with a work pen?
No.
Why do you don't need a pen at work? You don't need a
Doodle
pen
while
at
I'm on
work.
the phone.
It's a pen she's had since she was a child. It's never run out of ink.
So,
You have pens at home. You have a pen in your car. You have a pen at work. You don't carry the same pen everywhere.
I like that pen.
yeah.
Not enough to keep track of it.
Now, what happens if you take your pen from work home? Does it become a home pen, or is it still designated work pen and you better get it back?
No, because that's traveling twice. You might not
What?
make it back. That's a home pen now.
It's
You
a
gotta
home
get
pen
new pen
now.
at work.
How you doing, home pen? How you doing, home pen?
I'd like to use this pen. Unfortunately, it's my home pen.
Ed Brass
my
is
home pen.
Ed Brass
Hold on,
is,
let me give you the number. Oh, I only have my home pen here.
Ed Brass has a theory as to where your pen is. He says that it's probably sticking out of the guy's eye socket from the Zappa concert last night.
Yeah. Could be. Well, I just don't want Zach to find out that I lost the pen he gave me.
Well, he knows now.
He's a pen lover like you are.
Yeah.
Pen lover?
Yo,
We have laws against that
yo,
kind of
pen
thing.
lover.
Watch it. All right, time to award round 2 of your boners.
And that's brought to you by...
In part.
In part by... I don't know. How about another shot of vodka?
Another shot.
And reading some Dostoevsky.
Were there snacks?
Yeah, I had some I had a deviled egg.
Okay, there we go. And Bassem Youssef at Kingsbury Hall, Tuesday, November 27th. Tickets are available at utahpresents.org.
So we had boner candidate number one, which was, but I just love the Thin Mints and the Dozy-Dos and the Samoas. The woman who stole $1,600 worth of Girl Scout cookies. Number two, shoe taping is not who we are. Parents furious after a daycare taped their toddlers' shoes to their ankles. And boner candidate number three, are you sure I don't live here? A drunken off-duty cop mistakenly entering the wrong home. He's been suspended. And the winner, let's see, David Johns won Bassem Youssef tickets. And the winner, boner candidate number two, shoe taping is not who we are.
Not there we go. All right, there's your winner of round two's voting. It now goes forward to the Boner Dome to face off against the winner of round one's voting. We'll take both of those and pit them against each other at 9:20. One of them will be Boner of the Day. That's Boner Fight.
So, here in the studio, we have a guest. Her name is Mia Tate. I know Mia because I acted in a movie with Mia, Trent Harris's Rubber Room. Welcome to the Rubber Room. And but Mia, I just got contacted by, I guess she's your publicist, out of the blue. And I knew Mia was directing a movie because we talked about it while we were acting in the Rubber Room. And you had just started directing this movie at that time?
We were probably in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's called Campesino, and it's done.
It's done.
And you are showing this movie at film festivals around the country and around the world.
Right.
And you're in Salt Lake to show it at the Utah Museum of Fine Arts on the University of Utah campus.
Yes, we just premiered it at the Montreal World Film Festival 2 months ago, and now we have we've been to other festivals, but now is our screening where we're bringing it back home because it's based partly in Utah, filmed partly in Utah, a lot of Utah crew. And so it's November 14th at 7 p.m. at UMFA in conjunction with Utah Film Center, too.
And it's free at 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And it's first come, first serve. And I don't know how big the venue is up there, do you?
Yeah, I think it's about 300 to 250.
Okay, so...
You know, people pay to see movies. You don't have to do this for free.
What?
You should charge.
Now, this is about the tobacco farmers and the guys who make cigars in Cuba. But what's the Utah connection?
Okay, so how I came upon this was my brother-in-law, Carl Ulrich, is an amateur photographer. And I only say amateur because he doesn't do it as a full-time job. And he is really hugely talented. And I had been looking at his photographs for over 10 years. And I fell in love with these faces. And I always knew I wanted to go get the stories behind the faces. And so in 2014, when Obama was beginning to lift the embargo, I knew it was time to go to Cuba.
Because he'd been taking pictures of these guys in Cuba.
Oh, yeah. He's amazing. He had been sneaking into Cuba for 15 years. A random guy sneaking into a country and photographing the same tobacco farmers. So I went and got the stories. I put a crew together within like a month. They decided to go on this wild ride with me, and we went to Cuba to shoot, which was extraordinary.
So part of it's filmed here in Utah, putting the crew together and doing all of that and the photos. And
well, Carl is intricate in the story because he's who introduced me to these characters. So we get to know Carl's life and what gets a guy like Carl to go into Cuba.
And then you get to know these tobacco farmers in Cuba. And I saw the trailer for this, and these guys are really amazing. They're characters. They're old guys, and they're just astonishing faces. And
they're amazing. I mean, what I found in Cuba was gold. These people, I mean, for me, they had a huge impact on how I even look at life now. But humor and grit and generosity.
They're charming.
And, oh my God, they're hilarious.
Yeah.
Do you go into the whole rolling of the cigars and how they're made? They're done by hand, right?
Yeah. So where we were in Viñales is where they grow it. So it's really about the hands in the dirt is one thing I loved. But yeah, this is where, like Marcelo, he loves to get. They dry the tobacco in the barn, hanging upside down. He loves to get a leaf, roll it right on the spot, light it, and smoke it. So this is like the real deal. This is where it's grown.
Yeah.
This is where the beloved Cuban cigar comes to. And this is, farming in a way where they use oxen. So it's from a time that we don't know, we don't have, and I think will change. And so I wanted to capture that world. And the cast of characters in this film are just, I love them so much.
Mia, anyway, the film is called Campesino, which means what?
Peasant. It
Peasant.
translates to peasant, which is farmer. They call themselves campesinos.
Yeah. Mia is also an actress of some renown. I mean, you did a lot of stuff. And principally,
she acted with you.
Well,
my God, let's start there.
But she got to romance George Clooney. If you've seen "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou," she's one of the sirens who comes up. I watched this scene.
My mouth is going to start doing the words right now.
She comes up out of the river with George Clooney and
John Turturro.
John Turturro, and then the guy
Nelson.
Yeah, Tim Blake Nelson.
Tim Blake Nelson.
Yeah.
Yes.
How to do, ladies? Name of Pete.
And you're the one who gets to romance George Clooney in that scene.
Yeah, it's a good gig.
Yeah.
You can get it.
Yeah. And Mia's been in a lot of TV shows and stuff, but you've turned to directing full time now, pretty much, haven't you?
Yeah, so I did the turn with producing, and I also have a big passion for screenwriting. But directing, I love, because I know the acting side, and it's just the human contact and working with people that is, and the storytelling. And I feel like, as a lover of storytelling, directing is my gold.
I looked at the trailer for Campesino, and the colors are so, man, it's almost looks almost fake. It's so vibrant, the colors of that country.
You should tweet that the link to the trailer.
I think I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Oh,
can't
go
I?
ahead.
Yeah.
I would love it. I mean, that is Cuba.
Yeah.
It was like, we had so many hours of footage. My poor editor was like, oh, because everywhere you turned, it was so beautiful. So I was like a kid in a candy store, like, shoot that, shoot that.
And there's some stuff in the city, too.
Yes, we kind of established that he goes to Havana, but the whole part of the story is really his relationship with the farmers.
It's a beautiful looking thing, and interesting, and it's free.
It's free, which I'm not going to do next time.
Next time you should check with me.
It's tomorrow night at the Utah Museum of Fine Art, which is up on the University of Utah campus, and it's at 7:00. And it's just first come and first served, I guess. You just go up there and get a seat.
Yes.
And watch this movie, and you'll be available for.
I'll be there. We're going to do a Q&A, and I've got Carl, who will also be there, and my amazing editor, Oscar-nominated editor Michael Chandler, Kurt Wallen, who is an award-winning cinematographer from Utah, and there may be some others. So I'm excited for the Q&A.
I think that's great. And then you're on to another film festival after showing tonight or tomorrow night?
Yes, I've got a really tough one coming up. We're going to the Bahamas International Film Festival.
Well.
You poor dear.
I know. I think I'd gotten a couple too many no's, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go somewhere I want to go. So I was like, I made it possible that we got accepted to Bahamas International Film Festival. But then we're going to Havana, and that I haven't even announced yet because it just happened. But that's a huge honor, because we get to take the film back. And then Carl and I are also going to go to Viñales, where we shot the film, and show the people in the film the movie. And I don't know what that's going to be like. It's going to be amazing because they've never even seen a movie. They don't have photographs.
Oh,
like, I don't know if they're going to be happy or terrified. It's going to be, I'm so excited for that.
Well, they're charming people. I think I love this little scene. There's a picture or a scene of this little girl sitting on her grandpa's lap, and the old grandpa, he doesn't have any teeth, and he looks sort of skeletal even, and she's just hugging him and saying, "I just love my grandpa so much. He's such a nice man, and he's funny, and I love him."
Yeah, Lazara. She's amazing. She's a teenager now, and Carl's been shooting her since she was 3. And yeah, she's one of the great characters in Campesino. I got lucky.
All right. Did you learn to smoke cigars?
No comment.
It's Campesino, Mia Tate, the director, and you can see it tomorrow for free. Utah Museum of Fine Arts at 7. You're going to be on my podcast.
Yes.
We're going to tape it a little bit later today and make it available later today. The Let's Go Eat Show. You'll be able to hear a full interview with Mia. Like tonight, we'll post it later tonight, okay?
Great, I can't wait.
All right.
Thank you all.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Crash northbound I-15, 53rd South on-ramp in Murray. And we still have major slowage coming around Point in the Mountain, northbound I-15 into Draper. 0 to 30 miles an hour is what you're going to experience through there. But after that, seems pretty smooth coming into downtown Salt Lake. Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
All right, Tuesday Tunes with Todd coming up after these. Stand by. First, got to tell you about grove.co. Here's the thing. I went into the bathroom, my bathroom this morning.
Yes.
And my Mrs. Myers soap is gone.
Well, it smells good.
You know, it's gone.
Like you've overused
no, it's
it?
missing. It's
Someone
not there.
stole
I think someone stole it.
I know who did.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of the Mrs. Myers products, it is also that time of year, which means the holiday scents are in. Iowa Pine, Peppermint, and My Choice Orange Clove. New customers will get the holiday set when you place your first order of $20. You get your free Mrs. Myers holiday hand soap, holiday dish soap, and holiday multi-surface spray. Also, Grove Collaborative Red Cleaning Caddy and Walnut Scrubber Sponges. Plus, if you spend $39, you'll also receive a free Grove stoneware tray to display your holiday soaps, if you have a mind to. Shop Grove before this exclusive holiday offer runs out. The stuff's going to be gone come December. And for a limited time, our listeners who sign up get an amazing free Mrs. Myers holiday products, the free 60-day VIP membership, and a surprise bonus gift just for you when you sign up and place an order of $20 or more. So go check out Grove and the special offer at grove.co/X96. You got to do that /X96 so that you get the deal and we get the credit. That's grove.co, not com/X96.
Radio from Hell has a new podcast.
This is Radio from Hell with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96.
Now, before we get to Todd, just briefly here, I don't know where Gisborne is.
Gisborne.
Is that a place?
Gisborne, the Gisborne Herald. You can see the headline there. Can you tell me what's wrong with that?
It's New Zealand.
New Zealand?
Doesn't it sound like New Zealand?
It says, Spike Lee dies at 95. Character's first superhero.
Stanley.
It's not. They put Spike Lee.
Spike.
And there's a picture of it, of Stan.
I was going to say, is it Spike Lee?
No, there's a picture of Stan there. Yeah, but it's Spike Lee. Dead at 95.
Wow.
Well,
so, thank you, New Zealand.
Spike.
There's a meme going around that has says, R.I.P. Stanley, and it's a photo of Bernie Sanders.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's close.
I don't know who that's more mean to. I can't decide. Let's see. Oh, hi, Todd.
Tuesday Turns with Todd on X96, Radio from Hell.
Here he is, our friend, our leader, a guy we really love.
Thank you.
Todd Newcomb. He's on the radio here, 3 to 7 every afternoon.
Oh, but he does so much more.
Doesn't he? Mm-hmm. Doesn't he, though? He programs music, he makes things run on time, and he has a podcast about trains to top it all off.
Yes, and I'm going to record a new episode of that today, and it'll be out tomorrow.
And here he is. He brings us a song every Tuesday. What is it going to be today?
So today, this is a song that's been out there for a while, but it just kind of keeps gaining momentum from everyone's favorite British bad boys, the Struts.
I like the Struts a lot.
Oh, they're charming. They're great. They're just the coolest, too. Like, we've done a lot with them throughout their career. I guess they're going to be on the big Victoria's Secret fashion show as well, which I think that is in December.
Well, yeah, they recorded it, but it hasn't shown yet.
So they air in December.
They look good in bras and panties.
That's how I always picture them too. Oddly,
Sure,
so look forward to that, and then their new album, Young and Dangerous, is out. But this track is called Body Talks.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. It's Tuesday Tunes with Todd. The Struts, Body Talks.
I can see why they're maybe doing a Victoria's Secret game.
Tim says this entire Struts album is incredible all the way through. Body Talks is an excellent song and not even the best one on the album.
Well.
Wow. And I liked that a lot.
Yeah, they're a great band. I mean, they're super friendly to us. They've always been just cool as hell. Like, we have videos. You can go look on x96.com. They've come and performed lounges, and you can see them, do that acoustic. It's pretty cool. So look for that for the big Victoria's Secret fashion show. I think it's December 1st, I want to say.
Yeah, something like that.
So, whatever.
It's coming up. Bill Frost will tell us.
Underwear models and rock and roll.
That's they can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
All right, so the Struts, thank you very much. What can you tell us about the Nightmare Before Xmas show?
So that sold out quickly on when it went on sale Friday for Blue October Acoustic. Now, we do have some tickets left that we're going to give away for free.
And don't call now. Not right now.
Not here on the. We're going to make you come see us at places. So we're working on those.
At places.
Yes.
Places.
Okay. All right.
And those places will be announced.
We'll give you the info once we get that whole schedule solidified, but you will have a chance to still get those tickets.
Okay.
Every once in a while, a band will come along that that Salt Lake City likes, and I wonder how popular they are nationwide. I mean, Blue October does okay nationwide.
They have their areas that they overperform, and we're one of them.
We're one of them.
Way to go, Utah, for overperforming.
Salt Lake loves them.
Yeah, they love Blue October.
Yeah.
And this acoustic performance, I promise you, it will leave an impression. It's pretty magical.
Okay.
It's going to be cool. All right, Todd, thank you very much.
Anytime.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Au revoir.
Yeah. Actually, I'll see you.
On X96, ran from hell.
I'll see you in about an hour.
I was going to say next week. Are you going to be hiding from Todd until next week?
Yeah.
Because we see him all over.
All right. Let's see. We got Boner Fight coming up to determine who Boner of the Day will be. Also, a reasonable amount of news before that. Stand by for that. Right now, we're going to tell you about this.
The apprenticeship.
It's happening on Thursday, right?
I think so, yeah, the apprenticeship fair. Yeah, Thursday, this is the apprenticeship job fair. Thursday, the 15th at the Sanderson Center in Taylorsville. Look, if you want to take a risk and change jobs, you know that you may not be really happy right now in your job.
Well,
and there's you can move.
You've thought about switching jobs, but you think, I don't want to go back to school and do all that. You can apprentice and make money while you're learning a trade.
Here's how I know you're not happy at your job. You just got there, and you're listening to us. That's how I know.
This is a great way to immediately get into a good-paying career and start making money right away while getting long-term training. It's called an apprenticeship. Average starting wage for an apprentice is $15 an hour with regular pay increases as you continue your training. On average, after completing an apprenticeship, workers can make up to $60,000 a year. That's without any student loan debt from a 4-year college. So learn more about available apprenticeships. Don't miss the Apprenticeship Job Fair this Thursday, November 15th from 1 to 4 p.m. at Sanderson Center in Taylorsville. Just put Sanderson Center in your phone, Google it. It'll tell you where it is. You can meet with employers and even apply for apprenticeships on the spot. The first 30 minutes, veterans specific. Learn more at jobs.utah.gov/apprenticeship.
We want to put $500 in your pocket. Look.
I don't know how it happened, but somewhere along the line, a rumor started that I hate kids. Well, it began to reflect poorly upon this morning show. Not just me, but on this morning show and on this radio station.
Yep.
So in order to combat this horrible, horrible rumor that I really, really hate kids, I've decided that it's time for a public service message every Friday at this time called Just for Kids. And I do this because I'm a role model. Hi, kids. It's me, your role model, Kerry Jackson. You know, the guy you want to grow up to be. Sorry we have to do this, but I got to talk to you about a new high that's going around. Now, on the street, they're calling it chugging the udder.
Huh?
Tipping the teat, lapping the lactate, pastures new, chasing old Bessie, or riding the White River. Yes, kids, I'm talking about this new high.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you, you should never, never try to drink an entire plastic jug of milk in the space of an hour. Never do that.
Don't do that?
Now, I'm talking the vitamin D milk, not the 2% or the low fat. All right.
The strong stuff.
And it's got to be the real thing. It can't be that lactate. Don't ever drink an entire plastic jug of milk in the space of an hour, okay? Now, some say that it creates a kind of euphoria, kind of like the time I drank too much Jägermeister. I mean, woo. I was messed up. Now, others say that the human body cannot possibly digest that much lactose in an hour, and it will just make you vomit. Be careful of those people, kids. Those people are called scientists. And as our president has made very clear, scientists cannot be trusted. Besides, they just want to keep this secret all to themselves. So never drink a gallon of jug in the space of an hour, because when you chase old Bessie, nobody wins. This is a message from me to you, kids.
Part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, remember that info. You're going to need it here in about 6 or 7 minutes. That's when Boner Fight will happen. So before that, a reasonable amount of news brought to you by
If you know someone who's given back to the community in an extraordinary way, nominate them for the I Am Flash's Unsung Heroes program. Visit iamflash.com/hero today.
Well, Alec Baldwin, who skipped a Billy Crystal tribute last week and hasn't been seen on Saturday Night Live, is set to help launch DreamWorks' Trolls The Experience, an interactive exhibit based on the animated movie Trolls, which starred the voices of Justin Timberlake and Anna Kendrick. Tracy Morgan, Lala Anthony, and Bethany Frankel, among others, are expected to join Baldwin and his wife, Hilaria.
Sad.
Who have 4 kids. The immersive exhibit on West 57th Street will close in May. The movie Trolls World Tour is set to open in April of 2020, with Sam Rockwell, Chance the Rapper, added to the original cast. Baldwin, who denies punching his parking spot rival.
He totally punched him.
Is due back in court on the 26th. So, fresh from jail, he's going to go help launch an exhibit about trolls.
I have audio from the Trolls The Experience featuring Alec Baldwin.
All right.
Get away from my wife and the baby with the camera. What you want that in?
Why are they swearing in a kid's movie?
I don't know. That's weird. Republican Dana Rohrabacher, who was first elected to Congress back in 1988, lost his re-election bid last week to Democrat Harley Ruda. Rohrabacher, the 15-term Republican, was washed away by Ruda
15 terms
when the blue wave came ashore in Southern California's 48th congressional district. But he was not your average homophobic extremist.
What set him apart,
He
Bill?
was, in fact, an architect of the decades-long battle against LGBTQ rights, and a politician, among many others, whose bigotry was partially responsible for the deaths of thousands of people from AIDS. Rohrabacher was a lieutenant of President Ronald Reagan throughout his 2 terms as a speechwriter and special assistant, helping Reagan court the evangelical right when Reagan was or has been credited with bringing into politics the evangelicals. Reagan, bowing to the zealots from whom he helped amass power they still wield with President Trump, was among the most ardent anti-gay presidents, in history, ignoring the AIDS epidemic until far too late. Rohrabacher was first elected to Congress in '88 at the end of the Reagan administration, representing a district in Orange County, a bastion of conservatism in the 80s and beyond. He was among a trio of California right-wing Republican congressmen, including Bob Dornan, B1 Bob, and William Dannemeyer, who demonized people with AIDS in that era, voted against efforts to stem the epidemic and battled discrimination and pushed legislation that was discriminatory against LGBT people. Rohrabacher also teamed up with anti-gay Senator Jesse Helms of North Carolina in attacking government grants to queer artists. Rohrabacher was against National Endowment for the Arts, and the Bush White House tried to, behind the scenes, get him to pull back for supporting artists who created drawings of homosexual orgies and bestiality, and the Statue of Liberty turned into a transvestite with male sex organs. Rohrabacher saw it all. Over the years, he backed a federal government amendment to ban same-sex marriage. He voted. He was
Why are we talking about it?
Because finally, after 30 years, he was booted, and he was not the only one. The blue wave got rid of many Republican anti-gay bigots.
Good.
This election. And so, there are some, you were not completely happy with the midterm, but there was a lot of...
Well, it gets better all the time with Arizona and maybe Florida.
There was, in Minnesota, John Lewis, out. He was a very anti-gay Republican congressman. So there were several good things to report from the midterms.
I'll feel better.
Looking for something to tightly squeeze when you're afraid about the future of American politics? Trumpy Bear.
Nope.
Have you seen the commercial for Trumpy Bear?
Well,
we've talked about Trumpy Bear.
Yeah, we talked about it when it first appeared, but now the internet has discovered it. Rediscovered it.
It keeps coming back, and I don't remember talking about it before.
We showed the video and stuff.
I looked at it closely, and it is astonishing that you can even pull an American flag out of its butt. Mm-hmm. I don't get it. It is such a poorly made commercial for one thing, and it's like $40. It's
got the Trump eyebrows and the Trump hair.
Yeah, and it's back again. I guess it goes through cycles.
Say, did it ever really go away?
Well, it kind of goes to sleep for a while, and it's back again. And you can.
Yeah, I've got a thing. Let's see. It was on James Corden. He was talking about it last night. Here we go.
Twitter was freaking out about this today. The Christmas shopping season is almost here, and one product is getting a jump on things by advertising on Fox News. Now, it's pretty unbelievable. I promise you this is totally real. Take a look.
Introducing the original Trumpy Bear. Just find the secret zipper and pull out the American flag-themed blanket.
God bless America, and God bless Trumpy Bear.
It's actually pretty realistic. If you press his paw, Trumpy Bear even writes a check to Barbie and then calls her a horse face.
That's funny.
So I guess it just goes in cycles because they don't advertise it for a while, and then they get some money and they put it back on. It's on Fox again, so that's why that happens.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
Just in time for Christmas giving.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to order a few of them and
pass them around.
Yeah, I'll give one to my brother. All right, here we go. The winner of round 1 going against the winner of round 2. We'll see how they do. This will be an interesting matchup. So round 1's winner in the 7 o'clock hour was, maybe this is one time that a teacher should give a student a good beatdown. This is a teacher who was caught on video punching a student several times. Well, after this happened, the teacher got a GoFundMe page set up for him by another teacher, and a lot of people have contributed to it. Now, the teacher started punching the student after being baited. The student calling the teacher several times the N-word. It is a black teacher, and the teacher restrained himself as long as he could, and the student kept pushing, and all. You just almost can't blame him. He finally ends up breaking and starting to slug the student. There are many students who said it seemed as though this was a setup, that the student was trying to get the teacher to beat him up, and finally he did. Going up against the winner of round 2, shoe taping is not who we are. A daycare in North Carolina taping a 17-month-old girl's shoes to her feet. Apparently the little girl, and there were a couple of other kids in the class apparently as well, taking their shoes off. Couldn't keep their shoes on, and so the daycare worker, the decision was, well, let's just tape the shoes to their feet. No, that's not what you do. Shoe taping is not who we are. Boner candidate number 2.
All right. You've got to decide which one of these 2 candidates is the boner of the day, 1 or 2. Remember the candidate number, the one you think should win. Put that number in the message of a text. And then text that to 33986. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Or go online to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Fight November 13 and vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. All right, you've got 300 seconds. Let's go. This is Boner of the Day.
John.
Norm. Spell it with me now. Norm. And now we'll use it in some dialogue as our two Utah men, LeVar and LeGrand. Today the boys are standing outside the ward house, chatting with a new ward member who has just moved in from out of state. Again, the word is Norm.
Well, Brother Jensen, it's nice to have you in the ward. Where do you come from?
Yeah, what ward was you in and where?
I'm from a ward in Anaheim, California.
Well, we kind of spotted you as a Californian.
Yeah.
You may have noticed that not many of our ward members wear Hawaiian shirts to church.
Nor do many of the male members of this ward have pierced ears either, Elder Jensen.
Yeah, I'm hip. I felt like the brother from another planet in there. Thank goodness I wore shoes.
Well, why didn't you bring Mrs. Jensen and the little Jensens to church today? Maybe they haven't moved up here with you yet.
Or if they are here, I hope they're not sick.
Oh, no, I'm not married.
Oh, a Californian and a bachelor too, huh?
Hey, is Anaheim anywhere near San Francisco?
No, it's not. Anaheim is the city that Disneyland is in.
Oh, that's right. Disneyland. That's that big amusement park with Mickey Mouse and stuff, ain't it? We never been to Disneyland.
We've been to Lagoon. That's an amusement park. It's good enough for us.
You ain't gonna wear any of them mouse ears to church, are you?
No, I don't think so. I don't imagine I'll be wearing this Hawaiian shirt again either.
So, what did you do for a living down there in Anaheim?
Well, I was and still am a tax accountant, and because you fellows have been so nice, I'd be happy to offer you some tax advice for free.
I don't pay taxes. I don't have an income, so I don't pay no taxes.
And I have a fellow that does my taxes, Norm.
Oh, what's Norm's last name? Is he in this ward? I'd kind of like to meet him.
No, his name's not Norm. His name's Evan. Evan Christiansen. Why did you think his name was Norm?
You said your accountant's Norm.
No, he said his accountant was Norm. It's a city near Provo, Utah. Orm! That's where this Evan guy is. Norm!
Oh, sorry.
Sure. We'll see you next Sunday, Brother Jensen. You should save that shirt you're wearing, too. I'm sure we'll have some kind of luau night in the cultural hall this spring sometime.
Yeah, we all get a little crazy that night.
us on Twitter at Radio From Hell.
All right, 9:35, time to award Boner of the Day.
And, that's brought to you in part by some pate and some vodka and a bit of Dostoevsky.
Just like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a man of the people.
Somebody asked what Dostoevsky you were reading.
Crime and Punishment.
And I replied to them, Infinity War. They didn't.
No.
Wasn't it?
No, it's Crime and Punishment.
And get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
This was a closer fight than I thought it might be.
Really?
So he had Boner candidate number 1. Maybe this is one time a teacher should give a student a good beatdown. Teacher, this was a setup. This was a student baiting a black teacher into a fight by calling him the N-word and saying, come on, bitch, come on, give it to me, N-word, come on. And finally the teacher breaking and doing it and fighting. And then the student trying to fight back. He was no match for this. I believe they said the teacher was 60 some odd years old, and he ended up giving the student a beatdown. Going up against shoe taping is not who we are. Some daycare workers taping and causing some bruises to the 17-month-old child's feet, taping a child's shoes to the child's feet. Mateo Munoz won a Boner t-shirt. Wear that in good health, Mateo. And the winner, by just a few votes, Boner candidate number 1, maybe this is one time a teacher should give a student a good beatdown.
All right, there's your Boner of the Day for November 13, 2018. It is now qualified to be Boner of the Week. That'll be decided on Friday at about this time.
Gina claimed she has some good news. I'm suspicious. I think it's either going to be sarcastic or otherwise not good news.
Well, it's good news for me because, I'm every woman.
Uh-huh.
And there's been a study.
Yes.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Americans are officially abandoning attempts to be healthy until 2019, according to a new study.
Well, so just for another month and a half.
I'm not even going to try.
For another month and a half.
Until
to
2019.
work out.
I've done that.
Well, it's just gonna not even think about it.
No, that's good. I've done that myself for another month and a half. I've said that's it.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Because this gives me permission.
I've just let myself go to hell for another month and a half.
Because you're supposed to enjoy this time of year. I don't want the pressure of being good.
Bring on the booze. Bring on the cookies. Bring on the fruitcake.
I want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So this says 79% of people surveyed say they eat more sweets and treats and rich food between now and the end of the year, and they're not even going to see, because I usually have the guilt associated with it.
No, just let that go. You're right. This is good news.
So the study is allowing you to do this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If most Americans are doing it, then I feel okay doing it.
Absolutely. Gluttony is permitted.
45% are giving up all attempts to be healthy until 2019.
That's right. I'm going to smoke until 2019.
Wow.
I'm starting today.
79% they say they eat more sweets and treats and food that's bad for you till the end of the year. 80% of Americans are doing it.
My blood pressure has been high for some reason, and I promised my doctor that I was going to take some blood pressure medication and check my blood pressure every day. To hell with that!
Well, what now? Don't do that.
Well, in nature, don't animals fatten themselves up?
For the winter.
For the winter.
Exactly.
So maybe this is a normal thing.
Maybe that's why we have the holidays at this time of year, we celebrate these things where we eat lots of food.
I've been doing that for the past couple of years.
Maybe that's why it's okay to have the onion rings.
You bet.
Are you giving me permission to?
I think you should have onion rings today, Gina.
I think you should have a couple of
batches. Do you eat onion rings?
Yes, I eat onion
rings. She loves onion rings.
Just checking.
With extra fry sauce.
I was so I didn't do much on my birthday, but we went out to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do much.
You went out to dinner.
But I mean, it was like, okay, we'll go out to dinner.
Okay, we'll go out to dinner.
No, there was just a number of reasons why. But okay, well, where do you want to go? I'm like, I want to go to Tradition because they have comfort food. And
You
I
don't
want,
have the stuffing. You told us yesterday you didn't have the stuffing.
Off the air, she told us.
Oh, I thought it was on the air. I'm sorry.
You blew it.
Well, I get them mixed up.
The only thing I wanted was the stuffing.
I thought you told us that on the
No,
air.
I didn't.
No.
The stuffing.
They have an appetizer of stuffing. Nobody else has that, and now they don't have it. So all I wanted on my birthday was stuffing.
You wanted to stuff yourself with the stuffing.
Yes.
What's that? So they have stuffing.
As an appetizer.
Was it with a little gravy or
yes.
something?
Doesn't that sound wonderful? And
Yes,
you get a
it
little
does.
ramekin of stuffing. But not. I don't know why not anymore.
Sue and I are trying to figure out, because we're going to a friend's for Thanksgiving, but we like having lots of leftovers.
Yeah, me too.
So we're trying to decide.
You can just make leftovers.
Maybe we'll just make them.
Yeah.
Because I got to have my stuffing so I can make waffles. Because that's what you do with your leftover stuffing. Stick it in the waffle iron.
Yeah. I like a turkey sandwich with stuffing and cranberries on it.
Yum.
So Joe promised me extra stuffing at Thanksgiving.
All right.
And some with the turkey too.
Well, yeah.
All right. Let's see. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Finish this up in just a moment. Bill, you got to tell us about what's going on at UMOCA.
UMOCA, the Utah Museum of Contemporary Art. Listen, first of all, it's right across from Nordstrom on West Temple. So the best way to go there is to park underneath Nordstrom at City Creek, and then there's a crosswalk there. You know, you can just press the little button, walk across the street to the Utah Museum of Contemporary Art. They have all kinds of exhibits there that will stimulate your mind. Now, admission is free, but a $5 suggested donation helps support programming. It is a fearless voice for innovation, experimentation, and dialogue of surrounding the topics of our time. But there's stuff for the whole family there, too. Saturday Family Art Night. They have a thing coming up on December 8th, which is really cool. They do the second Saturday of every month is a family art night. They're doing this thing called Whoop-de-Doo. You can enter the world of Whoop-de-Doo with making masks, which is really cool. The world of Whoop-de-Doo, they collect all kinds of things, and you can make masks and enter the world of Whoop-de-Doo making a mask. You take the kids, and it's really a lot of fun to do. So it's the Utah Museum of Contemporary Art. You can find out more about all of the exhibits and the world of Whoop-de-Doo by going to Utah MOCA, that's utahmoca.org.
X96 is teaming up with Teleperformance and the Utah Food Bank to fight hunger in
Utah's most trusted newsman. On X96, Radio from Hell.
What?
What was that?
I'm just having fun.
There are too many emojis.
There are too many emojis.
Yeah.
There really are.
I'm looking. I'm looking.
Your
I don't
emoji
use
overload.
I don't use them very often, and I'm looking for the faces. The little yellow faces.
Which one are you trying to do?
I'm trying to find a face that's a dumb face.
A dumb face?
Yeah, like boy, I'm dumb. Like duh. And I don't see one. I don't see a.
You don't see a dumb face?
Yeah, like a duh. Like a duh.
Is there an emoji translator?
Boy, am I. Well, you hold your cursor over it, and it tells you what the face is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I didn't either until because I don't use them very often. But
can I
what
do that
about
with my
what about winky-eyed tongue stick out? What about that one?
Well,
that's kind of dumb.
It's that
winky-eyed tongue stick out.
There's one. There's one face savoring food. Winky. I'll go to that one. Let's see. That one is. No, that's called face with tongue. Winky. That's winky. That's called winky face with tongue.
Well, that's kind of a dumb.
Now, see on my iPhone, when I hold on to it, all it does is give me the opportunity to change it slightly. It doesn't tell me what it is.
This like over here, it'll tell you what they are.
Who are you sending this to?
Oh, just a friend.
You only have one friend.
No, I have more friends than that.
You're not sending it to people in your literary study group.
Who's that poor son of a bitch?
Expressionless face with rolling eyes.
Yeah, no.
Smirking face.
No.
Persevering face. Sad but relieved face. Neutral face.
John, you didn't come here to get everybody sick, did you?
That's exactly why I came.
Why?
I thought it'd be fun.
Oh, you sound terrible.
You sound terrible.
I sound better than I did yesterday.
Well, you sound terrible.
Todd wouldn't let me come in yesterday.
You're going to talk on the radio, and your voice is going to go away more.
I know. You know what the real bummer is? I'm supposed to interview 21 pilots tonight, and I'm not going to be able to because they're not going to let me anywhere near the band.
No.
If I'm sick.
No.
So I don't get to meet 21 pilots.
So who's going to do that instead?
Richard T. Stedman.
Oh. He's going to meet the bands.
Yep. He's going to meet the bands.
Is that where you will be able to hear that interview, Richie T?
He's nodding.
Okay.
Winky face, tongue out.
Grimacing face. No, I don't want that one.
How about someone suggests the guy smacking his head? Is there one?
Face palm.
No.
You have a face palm one?
Oh, wait. No. That's
all this time you could have just written the word dumb or duh.
Yeah, I could have, but I'm just...
You want an emoji.
I want to learn to use them better, and I can't... Oh, there's a finger flipping somebody off.
Well, that's not what
dumb.
You're after.
I'm a big fan of the animated GIFs. I'll have entire conversations using nothing but those.
Oh, so you could do that.
Yeah.
What would an animated GIF for "I'm stupid" be?
Oh, there's a whole bunch of Donald Trump ones. There's a whole bunch of... you just type in dumb, and then it gives you like 1,000
Why would I
options.
need a bra and panties emoji? I don't... Oh, that's a bikini, it says. Here's a top hat. Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, just send
combine
I'll just send a top hat and an
let
umbrella.
them try to figure out
Yeah,
what
I think
it
I'll
is.
just send a top hat and an umbrella.
They're going to think you've had a stroke.
I don't know. How about a hamburger and a soccer ball? I'll send that.
Well,
Nice.
the producer's booth is suggesting that you send an eggplant because it means you're egg-cited.
Yeah, that's exactly what that means.
An eggplant and a peach. How about that?
No.
I like fruit. I like fruit. No?
No.
Nah, I don't know. There's an ice cream cone. I don't know.
Welcome to Bill Explores Emojis.
You could spend hours.
I think you should.
It's
you
just
know what?
ridiculous.
I can take the rest of the day off. I'll rest my voice, and Bill can just talk about emojis between songs.
It's just ridiculous. There are too many of them. I don't. I think there should be a law against this.
There ought to be a law.
That's right.
Road hog.
I do agree that there are too many emojis. I mean, when are you ever going to use a lobster emoji?
You might.
Well, yeah,
If
for
you're
what?
eating lobster.
Here's when you use it.
Okay.
You get sunburned, and you're trying to tell somebody you got sunburned. You send them a lobster emoji.
Why don't you just say I'm sunburned?
Yeah.
I got
Or
sunburned.
let's go to Red Lobster. You know?
Lobster, eggplant, black guy, Santa Claus.
Hmm.
That's the.
Oh, I know.
That's the perfect.
There we go. I'm going to send a pig nose.
You think
just the nose?
that's gonna?
I know.
Think that'll do it?
Yeah. Pig nose.
Well, I hope you have a very understanding person on the other end.
It's his one friend.
All right. All right. Let's see. Okay, let's do the.
I'll have to find that.
Wait, you have to ask me what I have today because I actually know.
We can do the promo first. And then
Oh, okay,
we'll ask
all right.
you, okay. You got the promo there? Put your
Yeah.
emojis down.
Yeah, I got it.
Send us your things that must go.
You aren't going to tell them to listen to Wednesday's Radio from Hell show?
If we don't have their list of things that must go, there won't be Wednesday Radio from Hell show. I'm not reading this, I swear.
Okay. So send us your list of things that must go to radiofromhell@x96.com and put must go in your subject line.
And then listen to Wednesday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
I'll send a gorilla face.
I don't think that's...
No?
Hi, John.
Hey, kids.
What do you got going today, besides the fact that you shouldn't be here?
Besides getting everybody else sick?
Yeah.
I have Muse tickets at 2 and Good Charlotte tickets at some point.
At some point.
At some point. I'm not saying when.
You're waiting for Nick to bring them to you.
That's right.
All right. And, of course, the wingdings and all
Don't
that
forget the wingdings.
All right.
Like it or eat me.
Okay. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am, smiley face?
Don't send the eggplant.
Don't?
One.
All right. John Smith is next.
I'm going home.
Kicking off nothing but great tunes for 60 minutes.